Hello, internet friends, and welcome to Rime of the Frostmaiden Icewind Dales. Yes, we've got another episode. We've been on a good track record. We have been on when we said we'd been on, and that's all we can ever hope for. Before we get into today's game, we got a few announcements. First of all, we got some shout outs to our good friends at Nord Games. Nord Games creates a whole plethora of supplementary material to make your games awesome. It's usually system agnostic, but tends to be used for D&D 5e. But for if any other folks find uses for it, they got you back. They got books, they got decks, they got dice, they got a whole smorgasbord of things. And if you go to nordgamesllc.com/3.html, that is our affiliate link. You help them out, you help us out. And if you use the coupon code chaotic20, you're going to help yourself out to 20% savings. Also, we've got our good friend Birds of Paradise, custom dice made by our very own Andrea of the Burbs. They are bird themed as well as Arizona themed. And since they have just moved to the sunny state of California, we may see some California themed dice in the future. So check out birdsofparadise.com and use the code chaotic for 15% off. Our last good friend of the show is D&D Beyond. D&D Beyond is the official online tool set of Dungeons & Dragons. They make it incredibly easy to find all of the information you need to speed up the game, allow you to do the game without being hampered by the game. They got stats, they got source books, they just released the Strixhaven Curriculum of Chaos and an online format. It's very easy with a bunch of hyperlinks to find what you need. So check out dndbeyond.com. And also, while we're on the track of friends, you friends are helping to support us here at Quests and Chaos by watching us here on twitch.tv/Quests and Chaos, or watching any of our VODs on YouTube, where you can find us at Quests and Chaos. You can also support us on the Patreon, patreon.com/questandchaos. There you can support a whole manner of shows by sending cards made from the deck of inspiration created by our very own Thomas Cook. Speaking of, we got 2 cards from 2 of our community. Leslie sending you all an emergency seal, which, blocks or holds things. What's the actual definition of it, Thomas?
As in action, break this marble-sized glass sphere to create a 1-inch magical barrier, no more than 10 foot by 10 foot. It can be used to seal a door, a tunnel, or enclose an item no larger than 3 feet in any direction. The AC to hit and damage this seal is 18, and it has 25 hit points.
Nice. And we're also getting a bull rush from our own NGC 457. What's a bull rush do?
Bull rush is on the newest addition to the deck of inspiration. Use an action to move 30 feet in a straight line through any number of enemies without provoking opportunity attacks. Each enemy moved through takes 1d4 points of damage.
That's such a cool visual. I love that.
The boosted version of this in the next deck, the 5 to 9 version, is as a move action to move up to 30 feet.
Very cool.
That's fun. But yes, you can support all manner of shows, including us, by going on to patreon.com/questsandchaos. I mentioned earlier about our YouTube. We're dropping a few cardboard and chaos videos in which we play some board games. Me, Thomas, and Tiana had a really easy day yesterday. Instead of editing corporate videos, we played some board games. So check it out. There are a couple fun ones. We play Pandemic Cthulhu as well as Dungeon Mayhem, a very fun bite-sized Dungeons and Dragons game. Inspired, themed, whatever. But yeah, you check it out. It's going to be dropping soon on the YouTube. Okay. I think that's everything. Does anyone else have anything they need to know? Nope. Okay. I guess the only other thing is we are getting into the holidays, so keep an eye out on the Discord for our announcements of whether we will be on or off as we begin to move into a more relaxed off state for a couple weeks. So check out our Discord. I don't know how to do that, but if you're looking at the chat on Twitch, you will find it, and probably also in the comments or in the description in YouTube.
Actually, James, if anybody needs to find any of our social media links or our Discord link, we have a link tree, which is linktr.ee/Quests and Chaos.
There we go. linktr.ee/Quests and Chaos. Okay. I think we're ready to get into this slaughterhouse, whether it's the Durga or you. We shall find out in today's episode of Rime of the Frostmaiden, Icewind Dale.
Two.
You can try it. Oh, sorry.
No. It's a good
that's
question.
appropriate.
You know what? Go ahead. Try it. See what happens.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's see what happened last time. Last time, our heroes, after having dealt with the chardalyn dragon, the main threat of the Duergar that was used to attack 10 towns, they had a brief meeting with the remaining speakers, those that were still alive after the attack, and they stressed the point that this is not the end of it. They still have to deal with the Duergar themselves. And after some altercations with one speaker, Maxwell Denaire, and a very touching conversation between Speaker Trovis and Elspeth, they decided that come the morning, they themselves will storm the Duergar fortress with a entourage of angry townsfolk, as well as some soldiers from throughout 10 towns to storm the fortress after them. They took their rest in the woods after Speaker Maxwell Denaire shown that he may be a bit underboard. But while Azar, Donovan, and Narthi took their rest within the dome, Elspeth returned back to Bryn Shander to speak with one Captain Indra Arlagath. And after a awkward flirtation, they consummated their feelings for one another by spending an evening in the arms of each other in bed. Morning came.
I'm just giggling at Thomas for the podcast. Thomas did this thing where he put his like full palms out and was like clapping, but only with the points of his fingers. And it was quite funny.
We all wanted our ship to happen, and it happened.
We did.
Yeah.
Only took like 25 episodes.
Only
fine.
25. Some go much longer, but we got there. And speaking of getting there, they went back to the Duragar fortress. They found the secret entrance again due to the help of Daryl, the Myconid. They went inside. They saw two guards standing at the door. They beat the crap out of said guards. They reintroduced sexy Duragar Narthi into our lives by by words, disguising Narthi as a sexy Duragar. The disguise took some time, but then they just busted into the forge and used that surprise to, one, take out the Dragon Heart Forge. That was the key to the operation, and began the fight. Few rounds in, Zardarak, the leader of the Sunblight clan of the Duragar, showed up with an entourage of Quagots. And that is where we find ourselves, in this large 50 by 100 foot forge, 4 guard towers at each corner. The forge, before creating immense amount of heat, which is still maintaining that residual warmth. However, it is slowly dropping, the stone carrying or holding in only so much as doors begin to fling open and the warnings from one Duragar off in one of the towers begins to be heard throughout the fortress. We have, we have Zardarak currently dealing with one of the bag of gray tricks animals that Donovan threw, is dealing with an elk. Meanwhile, another one, Bucky, the badger, is moving its way there. Elspeth is invisible in the center of all of this mayhem. Donovan slightly further behind after having just gotten a good shot off at Zardarak. And Narthi and Azar are on atop the building platform in which the chardalyn dragon was made. Narthi providing a fog cover due to her innate paladin abilities, but they themselves are surrounded by 4 Quagots and 2 Duragar, both of which are enlarged, as is one of the Quagots. There's a Duragar on the far end who's yelling, and there are a trio of Duragar that are by the forge after Donovan had given them the slip, as well as one Duragar that is currently walking towards Donovan and Azar and company. Yes.
And remind me, James, we also heard, I think when we ended, we heard more footsteps approaching, correct?
Yes, there are more footsteps on the way as it reverberates through the stone halls, leading into the central portion of this fortress, the forge. So, we stopped at the top of the order with good old Propylene Bucky, the small badger coming through, and as your last order to him, Donovan, Bucky is making his way to Killer the elk and makes his way up and is just not attacking, but pulling at the pant leg of Zardarak, helping out Killer in the process. And as Zardarak looks down at Bucky, and as he holds this massive giant elk in his hands, as you have ordered this elk to charge him, he looks over just a bit and looks straight in the eyes of Killer, the elk. And he just points over at you, Donovan. And he just says, "Charge." And I'd like you to make a wisdom saving throw for the elk.
Doesn't it have to understand the language?
And I do believe elks know, or giant elks know quite a few languages. Let's see.
I need to pull up the elk because I closed the tab.
Let's see. Understands Common, Elvish, and Sylvan. Oh, give me that.
It's a good question. What do you think it spoke it in?
Well, since you did issue the order in Common, you do hear coming out through Zardarak's mouth in Common, charge.
But does he have an accent? So maybe it heard Schlarge, and so it doesn't.
Yeah, you. Oh wait, do you understand Dwarvish? No, you don't.
Yeah,
That's
I do.
Everyone else does except
Yeah,
Narfi.
his Dwarvish is very brusque and prominent. His Common is like charge.
All right, hold on. I'm going to be ready to take a photo in case this is really good or really bad.
It's gonna be great.
Abel taught him common.
17.
Ooh.
17. Okay.
Don't we still have something on you too, like a +4 for saving throws right now?
Oh yes.
I did a little. I
got
did a
blessed.
little blessed
I don't-
moment.
But that's
They don't
it's
need
with
that,
the elk, not
Oh, it's the
Donovan,
elk.
so-
Gotcha. I thought it was, gotcha.
Well then. With that 17. Zardarak looks in and Killer the giant elk just continues to shove through his charge against Zardarak and continues to push, and there's a bit of a grimace on his face that is hidden beneath his very long sooty beard. That
Sooty
takes
beard.
us to, well, that was not as cool as I would hope. Next up is Azar, followed by Narfi.
So I look up at Narthi and it's like, I think we should go that way. This like sort of holding hands, like, come with me.
All right, and then it's very.
That grab it's like scooping you up in a full Superman carry. Action to disengage, and then I'll fly 45 feet across the forge over past Zardarak.
Oh, okay.
This is exactly like Jasmine and Aladdin, where he says, "Do you trust me?" And then Narfi goes, "Yes," and then and then they get plane and literally fly off in a flying carpet. So Narfi will do exactly what Jasmine does to Aladdin and go, "Oh," and then like wrap her arms around Azar.
And as you jettison up and over, you make your way towards Zardarak, and I would say you essentially land pretty close in between Elspeth and Donovan, not knowing that Elspeth is.
If it's 50 by 100, I should be on the other side of him. I want to put him between us and all the other guys.
Oh, so
at least have to go around.
Zardarak's on the long end, where the platform was more on like the back third.
So he's on the side where the door that we came in was?
So y'all were at the door and the forge was right around there. Platform a little bit further down, and then Zardarak is on the far end.
Of the room.
Yeah, I
It's
thought,
50 feet wide, 100 long, sorry.
yeah. So we came in on one end, right?
Yeah.
One end, the Dragonheart part was, and then wasn't the platform on the far end of that?
Well, I did say that.
Because that's how I drew it out when I did the diagram that I sent you.
That is true. This is what happens when you try to play theater of the mind. Sometimes you forget what you said and you do something different.
Theater of the demented mind.
It's in the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, yes. We'll play it loose. I'm cool with it. So you're going to go on to the other side of Zardarak?
Yeah, 45 feet away from where we are, because dwarves
Okay.
aren't fast. So at least have to spend some time getting back to us.
I'm
So
just confirming this is our gig right now. Is this what we're kind of going with?
Yeah, let's Let's go with something like that.
50
Yeah.
by 100 watchtowers each corner.
I will
Next thing.
say, for the sake of adjudicating, not that I don't want you to be able to do the cool thing, when I was trying to get to Zardarak, starting from the same point that you guys were at, he was 50 feet away from me, so I was only able to run 30 feet, and then I'm waiting to see if he comes by me to touch him, or if I have to do it on my next turn. So technically, from my
Hasn't he
starting
moved since
point,
then, though?
no, that's why I haven't set off my spell, because I'm holding an action to.
All right, so then we'll be right next to him.
So
Then.
you'd be right next to him.
Okay,
That's fine.
cool. We'll go with that.
And my protective fog just disappears. Ah!
He's a fog, though. Donovan had already left the fog.
No,
Yeah,
Donovan ran
you
into
left
the fog.
Oh wait, no, you.
He
You
he
lucked
shot
back
the
in.
arrow and ran into the fog.
And then ran into a Quagot.
Yeah.
Right.
I thought you hadn't run back in. Oh, well.
It's cool. You
Oh,
didn't-
you'll be fine.
yeah. I might be fine.
What's going on?
So with the pure surprise of you literally just jettisoning out with spectral dragon wings and the fog adding to it, the nearby Quagots and Duragar are completely taken by surprise and don't reach out in time to actually attack you. But you land close to Zardarak, right next to Killer the Elk and the other two Quagot Thonots. But then being with Narthi, just fog covers the area. And Donovan, that fog that surrounded you just leaves. And you look right behind you, and there are 6 enemies that just Okay, so that was your
See you guys.
action and your movement. Do you have any bonus actions you'd like?
That's action, movement, and bonus action.
Okay. Cool.
That's how I can get 45 feet carrying somebody.
I see. Right. You land in the fog. Poof, a cloud just right in front of you, Elspeth. All of a sudden, your vision is just obscured as this fog cloud lands right on top of you. Meanwhile, it is Killer's turn, followed by the Quagots.
Does Narthi get a turn, or does it technically?
Oh, sorry. Thank you, Narthi.
I was just making sure. Okay. She's just so now she has love goggles for Azar. So are we literally within 5 feet of Zadarak and Bucky? Was that it?
Yeah, it's getting a little crowded around there. But you can, because of your fog, and you can see basically Killer is being held in the arms of Zardarak as Bucky is like grabbing onto his pant leg. And then there's 2 Quagoth Thonots that are right there. And you do not see an Elspeth, because she's invisible.
So after kind of landing Scarlet Witch style, she'll
Yes.
she'll look up and see Zadarak right in front. And then remembering why they're here in the first place because of her brother, she's going to manifest her trident and then take a wrathful smite added attack on Zadarak right in front as the trident will start glowing.
Okay.
And that's going to be a 22 to hit.
Ooh, 22 hits.
Nice. And then can I take 2 attacks here as well?
Because
Or
you're
should I do a
dealing with
spell?
the Wrathful Smite, let's go with that one first.
Okay. So you need to do a wisdom saving throw, please.
Saving throw. Okay. It's actually not too bad on him. Huh. Unless I roll like ass. 11.
Yeah, 16 was to beat, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll some damage here.
Okay.
It will be 5. That's 9 plus 2 seconds. 9 plus 3 psychic damage, and is now frightened of me.
Okay. So 9 plus 3 psychic damage. So that's a 12 total, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright. And he is frightened of you. And then you have another attack, yes?
Doing it. That's a 12 to hit.
12 does not
Yeah.
hit.
Do you adding your D4 to that?
Oh, I did not. Thank you. Good call.
Did you
good call.
bless yourself?
I didn't know. I
Or-
did not bless myself. I only blessed my 3 buddies. I did not bless myself. I remember that.
That's good for.
Good call, though. Good call. Yeah, we'll still say, this is for my brother, and then do 1, 2. But
Yes, so that first empowered strike as that surprise of just the fog just oh wait a second, it's fog. Oh wait, no, he's right next to you, so he would
Yeah.
see it as weird. So you just strike out, and that surprise of all of a sudden this fog enveloping him just catches him straight onto the side into the chardalyn gauntlet. And you can see a bit of the fear as some of that magic as well as your intensity reverberates through him, and then the second one goes for an attack, and almost in that fear and clumsiness he's able to back away out of your strike, and in that fear you see him raise up a hand, and with a reaction I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
absolutely. I just accidentally closed the tab. 1 second.
No worries.
Describe it in slow motion for 15 seconds.
As his hand raises up, you can see a change in his eyes, almost I don't know if reptilian may be the closest thing you know to equate to his eyes, but there's a ring of red around this yellow eye that has a black slit in the middle, as almost bloodshot just races through his eyes.
15, sorry. Thank you.
15?
Yeah, 15.
15 just makes it, and this fire erupts, and as the sudden change in his eyes is an indication for you to get the fuck out, you're able to get out of the way, and you take 7 fire damage. But then his eyes return back to normal, almost that translucent, you know, like those deep sea creatures that kind of have that glazed over eye. Pretty common throughout Duragar, but it's that gray, milky color. Once more. Okay. Next up, unless you have anything else. Killer, you're up.
So Killer does the whole ram thing, goes back on his back hooves to come down with his rack as
Okay.
hard as possible with a
Massive
ram
rack.
attack. Natural 20
Natural 20. Okay.
and a 5. But thank you, Bucky, for making that.
Good job, Bucky. Good job.
That
Czar
is-
and Killer are doing the most damage of
Mhm.
anyone in this group.
That's 4d6 plus 4 bludgeoning damage.
Yep.
5, 10, 12, 16 points of damage.
16. Nice.
Nice.
And as Narthi goes for 2 strikes and this flame erupts, Killer just raises his massive rack up and slams down on top of Zardarak for
Dang.
some hefty damage. Some of the horn and antler just like piercing straight into his clavicle shoulder area where the slightly less armored. Cool. That's Killer. Next up is the Quagots.
Oh shit.
Mhm.
Damn it.
Yep. I think
It's James, it's what your character would do.
Yeah.
it's what they would do. So the 4 Quagots.
They were issued a command, though.
This is true.
I don't know if it was a mechanical command or a magical command or anything like that. I'm just trying to help.
The 4 Quagots
don't-
are going to.
Didn't
Look,
you say get
Donovan.
her? I thought, yeah, that's what it was. They said,
I don't think it's an actual command. I'm
oh.
I'm just
got it.
trying to stir the pot.
Donovan, show them your dick.
Anything to throw 'em off. This is Hotel California.
Trying to elicit some sympathy.
Yeah.
Wow.
How dare you presume my gender?
We've barely started. We have already fully derailed this today.
Don't feel sorry for him.
If we interrupt James enough, he can't kill us.
No, do not pull any punches.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Donovan
got it.
deserves it to die.
Good one, JP. Good one. He just starts doing sit-ups or attempting to do sit-ups as
My
death
God.
inevitably comes.
Oh boy.
So let's
Oh,
He
start
may
with,
already be dead. That's fine.
Oh goodness.
let's start with the enlarged Quagga because it's going to hit a little harder, and it's going to make 2 claw attacks at you. One is a 12 to hit
Does not hit.
and a 23 to hit.
Does hit.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh wait. There you go.
Hold on, 23. Yeah.
Do you still have your shield up or no?
It's a reaction spell that he has.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
He,
If
he was
it
doing the
would've
math right
Gotcha.
there.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so it is 10 points of slashing damage.
All right.
As this large hulking Quagoth is the first to make its way over, its long limbs just propelling it forward, and just 2 swipes, first one going wide and the second one just catching you, and its large mass just knocking the air out of your system, as the other 3 Quagots will now join in for a total of 6 attacks.
Okay. Everything's fine.
Oh, okay, so 2 of those miss, but one of those is a natural 20.
Okay.
And then the other, and then we have an 18 and a 21.
I mean, I'll shield the 18, but that's it.
Yep. As you are surrounded by these, not feral, you can see intelligence in their eyes, but raging is not the word I want to use, but raging animals.
Ferocious.
Ferocious, thank you. Ferocious creatures
James.
leap on top of you.
Roll the damage separately for the ones that hit.
Okay, thank you. All right, so let's start with the crit. Which will be, almost max damage, 14 damage.
Yeah, I'm out.
Except you're not, because you popped back up with 1 hit point because I death warded you. Which is why I told James to roll separately.
Okay, hold on. Let me.
You're still gonna go down again, but
Yeah.
And then the other attack that hits is 8 damage.
All right. Now I'm down again.
He did a sit-up.
I got this.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Now it's the Thonot's turn. Both of them right by Zardarak.
And they're blind.
That death ward saved a lot of saves.
Okay.
Oh, shoot.
Well, they would. Let's see. Thick cloud that heavily obscures. Okay. They were next to Zardarak, so I think they would at least attack the elk because that is proving to be annoying. So that's going to be 4 attacks on Killer.
Disadvantage because they can't see.
They are because, let's see, Narthi's next to Zardarak. Elk
It's
is
large.
next to Zardarak.
It's also large. So the elk
Oh,
would be
they're large.
out of the fog
Uh-huh.
area.
Okay. I would say spacing wise, one of them would be able to fit next to
Yeah,
Zardarak.
they can just move.
Yeah. So I'll give one of them disadvantage against the elk. So that's might not hit a 10.
And does not hit.
And then the second attack on the elk, a 14 to hit.
just hits. That's easy.
So that will be 4 damage. And then the 2 attacks from the one that can see, that will be another 14 and a 17.
Yeah, both hit.
Okay. Oh, that's fast. 11 damage.
All right. Not gonna kill her down, but he's still standing.
Still standing. Those are the Quagots' turn. It's Elspeth's go.
Great. Full change of plans, seeing Donovan go down. So.
Oh wait, you are in the fog.
Am I in the fog? Because I would be at the edge of the fog, wouldn't I?
Because it's 20 feet around Narthi.
I think it's 15. Hold on. Is it 20 or 15?
20 feet around Narthi.
I'm right at the edge because I am 20 feet away from Zardarak.
Okay.
So.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, Donovan, do you make enough noise?
Yeah.
Whatever.
There's a lot of wheezing involved.
If it fogs around Zardarak and I'm obscured to try to get to him, that's a bad idea anyway. So I'm gonna run out of the fog, see that Donovan is down, go, oh shit. Free action dismiss my spiritual weapon.
Wait, why would you do that?
Because I'm going to. Actually, I guess it can just stay there because I'm not going to use it this turn. It's up for a minute, but I have to use a bonus action to command it. Never mind. It can just hover there, but I'm not going to use it. Bonus action, I'm going to Healing Word Donovan. Let me find what my actual.
Play dead, Donovan. You should be really good at
that. Bonus action, Healing Word Donovan. Ooh, lovely. For the maximum I can do, which is 12 HP. And then for my bonus action, rather than use my spiritual weapon, I would like to find 2 of everything just attacked Donovan, so 2 of these Quagots have got to be within 5 feet of each other, right? I would like the 2 nearest ones to make me wisdom saving throws as I toll the dead on them.
Okay. Sneeze. All right, that's a 7 and 8 on the roll plus 1. That's definitely not gonna. So an 8 and a 9.
Cool. That is not going to save against the 15 they needed. So they are either of them injured?
Yeah, we'll say these 2 are the injured ones.
Okay. It changes which die I roll for the damage. So, great. Then they are both going to take 13 points of my unavoidable necrotic damage.
Nice.
And I am no longer invisible, unfortunately.
Yes,
for me. Unfortunately for me. So.
As you rush out and throw this healing word on Donovan, your breath just rushes back into your chest as you hear the spectral toll of the very familiar Toll the Dead from Elspeth, as 2 of the Quagots that are just over you, just like.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say I probably used like 5 feet of my movement just to kind of step out of the fog, and I will just kind of stand there.
Oh, stand there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You were gonna do the Homer Simpson.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I could. I could just step right back in, but that's probably a smarter idea to just pop out, do that, and then I'm just gonna. But I'm not gonna try to like get fully in. I'm just gonna step just inside to make it a little harder for them to inevitably attack me on their next turn.
Okay. Fade into the fog. All right. Next up after Elspeth is the Durgar. Let's see. Donovan, you are surrounded by 4 of them.
Okay.
4 Quagots, and he's on the ground unconscious.
Yep.
He's not unconscious anymore. He has 12 hit points.
They wouldn't know that.
Just Elspeth pops out of the fog. He's alive! Okay, so that means, let's see, the battle kind of moved that way. So, let's see. Donovan, you see the trio of Duragard that were surrounding you move towards the fog in which the large chunk of the battle is taking place. The two Duragard that were on the platform with Narthi and Nazar, seeing that the Quagots have you very much surrounded, will go also towards the fog, using their movement to do so. And then the one walking Duragar did see you, Elspeth, do that, and he's going to go towards where you were in the fog. It is still heavily obscured, but you do see this large hulking silhouette pushing through this fog, and he's going to make some attacks on you. An attack on you at disadvantage.
Everybody's had very good luck hitting me with disadvantage, so this is unsurprising.
Let's see, 3, 2, 1. No, that's a 6.
It's not gonna do it.
As this war pick just slams down, the pointed end just slamming into the rock of the floor, just rocks spraying everywhere. And yeah, that's the Duragar. And you can still hear the one Duragar up in the tower yelling out, "Intruders! Intruders!" Which none of you, or wait, no, they would be yelling in Undercommon. Whoever can understand.
Oh, I actually understand that. That's exciting.
And I don't know that one. Well, I know some of it now. I probably know the word intruders now.
Yeah.
I think they're saying.
I'm assuming, yeah.
The immersive language experience.
Ryder was starting to teach me. I've learned a handful of phrases, mostly how to insult people's mothers.
Yeah.
And where is the bathroom?
Yes.
Yeah. Anywhere you want. You're under the sea.
Boy, have I learning from Renner.
Yep. You can pee wherever you want.
I don't think that's how that works.
Oh, we did have a moment like that on the journey, didn't we? That's
Yes.
right. I forgot about that.
Donovan, as you see the trio of Duragar moving towards the fog cloud, you see one of their pants continue to rustle about.
Oh.
As Avarice the Weasel is hitching a ride at the moment. What would you like Avarice to do?
Forgot.
Disengage as an action and run towards. Oh no, because it can't do anything different. It has to just keep doing it. So it's just gonna try and bite.
Okay, gonna go for the gonads.
Natural 20 for 2 points of damage.
One for each ball.
Why is the weasel better at hitting than anyone else in this campaign? This weasel has had more successful hits than the rest of, like Elspeth has the entire game.
Well, I am specifically not using my awful, terrible dice. So.
So as you watch, you just see one of them just yelp out in pain. He's like, "Ah!" Like reaches down into his pants and then pulls out this gray, almost plastic-like weasel who's just blood is dripping down its mouth because it really bit it.
A massive pube.
Oh, this is the
hanging off the side.
This is the episode. This is the episode.
Okay, that's average.
I know you're all jealous that Elspeth finally got some.
Next up is bottom of the order, Donovan. You have 4 Quagots surrounding you. You are on the ground.
Well, bonus action disengage. Stand up. And bull rush my way out of there.
Hey, there it is.
Yes.
Well, you don't have to disengage then.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Keep your bonus action.
Yeah, because they can't.
They can't
Get
hit
opportunity
you.
attacks if you bull rush.
Yeah. I do need to probably come up with some errata for this. If you're surrounded, do you have to disengage? But,
Yeah.
since it's not there yet.
This is why we play test.
Yeah,
Yes.
movements that don't provoke attacks of opportunity are in the mechanics. So
Just like slice.
I mean,
and then
so I'm
run
probably
down.
not going to hit many of them because if they're
You're gonna
surrounding.
hit one of them, just depending on the direction you go.
The most damaged one, I guess.
Most damaged one?
Well, I want to go towards Elspeth, straight towards Elspeth.
There you go.
Yeah.
Straight towards Elspeth.
That's a good call.
Okay.
That's a good call.
Let's
Nice.
see here.
Oh no!
Roll me a d4. As well as the d4 of damage you're gonna do.
Oh, so can I keep the 4 damage that I just rolled? 4 and a 2.
Nice.
4 and a 2. Okay. Donovan, as the breath gets back into your lungs and you get that sense of life once more, as well as that sense of death that has been pursuing you throughout this journey. All of those sit-ups, you just throw your legs back and you kip up onto your feet. A little
that was
wobbly.
good.
And no one can see it because the rest of us are in the fog.
You land on your feet and you just bolt. And as you do, you still holding your is it dagger in hand, rapier, or short sword?
Rapier.
Which one? Yeah.
I got a short bow and a rapier.
You're able to just like gun it towards that fog area, and you're able to sideswipe one of them that has already been injured. And you just bolt. And I'm assuming you're going to use your bonus action to also dash.
Yes. So that's the action, bonus action dash, and movement to get as close to Elspeth as I can.
Yeah, you get right up into the edge of the fog and you see that familiar silhouette of Elspeth, sans a route. But as you come in, you're like, Elspeth! And then there's a Durgar just standing over her with its massive war pick. That's your go. We're at the top of the order, at which point those footsteps coming from the different doorways into the forge start to enter said forge. Who can see? Not Elspeth, not Donovan.
If Azar is within 5 feet of me, she can see out. I think she is. Oh, you're muted, JP.
Yeah, I was right next to you when I dropped you in.
Yeah,
Right next to
yeah.
Zardox, so yeah.
So I think probably myself, Zadarak, and Azar can probably see what's going on around us right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. In that case, yeah. Donovan and Elspeth, you hear these footsteps coming in, but you can't quite see, but also mixing in with this pedestrian pop, pop, pop of collection of footsteps. You do hear a larger, hulking creature just mixing in there. You can't quite see what this thing may be. For Narthi and Azar, you hear the footsteps and then also hear that sound. And as you look over, glancing over, you see this not massive, but huge, tan orange, almost bug-like creature with arms that are with huge forearms, claws that seem to be caked in dirt and rock. Its face very much that bug-like, and its eyes just kind of clicking left and right with huge mandibles that just come out from the side, and its antenna just clicking left and right. And on top of it, you can see a Durgar that's just holding it on like a steed, directing it into the fray.
Has Quest and Chaos ever had a campaign where all the characters died?
Not yet.
Not yet, not yet.
There's a first time for everything.
Welcome. Okay.
Okay. Okie dokie. So then,
Where are these all coming in the door that we entered? Where are they coming from?
they're coming from a side door.
Okay.
So how far away are they?
Because it is that 50-foot wide, they are right at the edge of that 50 feet. Y'all are kind of in the middle, so 25 feet in, but they're also about 50 feet back.
So they're on the other side of the molten metal trough?
Yeah.
That side of it? Okay.
Just
Is
to
it
keep
still
simple,
in
halfway
a
in.
tunnel, or did it come out?
Sorry?
Is it still in a tunnel, or did it come out?
They have now emerged from this area. Cool. So, what you do see, Azar and Narthi, you are able to keep track. There are 6 Duragar, one of which is atop of this massive beast. Okay. Top the order. Bucky.
I was gonna continue to help.
Okay. Continue to just pull on the pant leg of Zardarak, whose turn will... How's he doing? Okay. Well. Oh! Has advantage on saving throws against poison spells and illusions, as well as being charmed and paralyzed. Wrathful Smite is technically
Frightened.
is a spell, right? Yeah. Well, I didn't read. Okay. Yeah, I think that's what he would do. As he's holding on to Killer. Who would see? Azar and Narthi. You watch as Zardarak just goes and disappears from you.
Does he leave a void in the fog?
Oh, that's a very good point. Can we pick up with the sweeping of the fog? Because we can
as
see
the
it.
sweeping of the fog is going, you do realize he is moving. You can make an attack of opportunity,
Both of us?
but at disadvantage.
Both of us.
Yes.
And
Well, that first one was a nat 20, so... Oh, that's okay.
That's a
23.
19.
the
And-
opposite.
Huh?
Oh, sorry.
19 is actually going to be my lowest.
19. Wow. Okay.
Killer natural 1.
Ooh.
20 and, well, 7.
Okay. Well, both of those hit, so make your damage attacks.
Can you give me a con save from Zardarak, please?
Okay.
I can't do a bonus action right now, can I?
No.
Or like a spell cast? Yeah.
Sorry, what was that, con?
Con save.
That will be a 17.
Does Frighten do disadvantage on saves or checks?
Let's see.
Frighten, it's ability checks.
Okay.
Well, Zardarak will
While the
take
source of its fear is within
12
light of
points
sight.
damage.
How much?
12.
And 9
Oh.
from Narthi.
Okay. You both lash out at this wisp of fog, and you do hear as he clomps away through the door that or in the direction of the door he starts going to. Or he thinks.
Bucky also not a good roll.
Just like you hear a little bit of a yelp as he kicks off Bucky from his pants. Not enough to do damage. Okay. But as Zardarak leaves you and through the fog, it is both Azar and Narthi's turn. So Azar, you're up first.
Okie dokie. Zar's not looking great, but what the hell? We'll go after him. I'm just going to It's not faster than me, so I'm gonna just run in that direction, see if I run into him.
Okay. Roll me a d20.
Because he's big, so.
Zardarak has not enlarged himself.
Oh, he's not? Okay, 16.
16? Okay. You run through the fog as you peer out and you can see this hallway that Zardarak went through. And as you run through, you clip something on your right side.
Okay. Then I will attack the thing that I can't see.
Right.
Or do you want to use an action to throw an emergency seal?
Do it. Seal off that exit.
Or attack?
I'd rather just beat him.
It's probably what Azar would do. So yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fists.
2, 4. God damn. Disadvantage freaking natural 20s. So that's 19 for the first one. And con save.
Con save. That will be a 14.
And so the first one to hit, and the next one. Is it 19?
19, both hit.
All right, one more con save.
One more con save. Okay. 21.
Right. And go for broke with the flurry of blows. So 21, first one, and six is a 15 plus another 4, so 19.
19 damage?
No, this is just a hit.
Okay.
I'm just doing all my hits. Okay, so all 4 will hit. And that's 13 for damage for the first hit.
Okay.
So, 10, 12 for the second hit. 4, 7, 7 for 11 for the third hit. 1, 4 is, and 10 for the fourth hit.
And okay. Well, let's see. 1 second, real quick. With just a jettison seems to be the word today. With a barrage of fists that just launch out of your small body towards this invisible thing that you just bumped into on the right side. You catch it 1, 2, 3, 4. As you watch as Zardarak on that last hit just returns back into being as you slam him against the wall as blood just standing there before you, pinned against the wall.
He's right here, Narthi. Come get him.
Mm-hmm. In hearing that, can I go, James, or no?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Fiery hazel eyes, she is pissed. And in hearing that, Azar, she's going to calmly walk towards, because it sounds like Zardarak is pretty calm. Will walk and is going to, how bad does he look?
Oh, blood just erupted out of his mouth after that onslaught.
Ooh, so she'll walk by, or as Azar's pinning, and she'll kind of just nod to Azar. And she is going to, she's going to branding smite this guy.
I don't like his current brand. Give him a new brand.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to do this.
Rebranding smite.
Rebrand. Nat 20. That is a nat 20.
There she
Smite,
is.
regular smite.
Attention, everyone. Natural 20. Natural 20.
20. Nat 20.
Roll that-
She is
Roll that
pissed.
damage, sir.
Yes. This is the doubles, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
Including your smite damage.
Okay. Okay, I'll roll the smite damage because I rolled a 1 and a 2 for my damage here.
Oof.
Yeah.
So that, but that's gonna be. Do I add the 4 to each of those two though, or no?
Just once.
Okay, so that's gonna be 7, but plus the smite.
This is what? 68?
Correct. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Which
No,
is also doubled.
2D. Oh, it is.
No, that is doubled. It's usually
Oh.
3d8.
So if it was 3d8 or 3d8,
It's 2d6. 2d6. I'm only doing it as a second level.
Oh, 2d6, so it's a
yeah.
40.
It's no, a regular smite is d8.
He's doing a
D8
branding
76.
smite.
Yeah, you can add that onto it because it doesn't use it uses the spell slot, so you can tack on all the smites, literally all the smites when you crit.
Ah.
So you can
Oh,
add
so
on
my
the-
other one too. My branding and my
Oh,
Oh,
and
Guys,
because
earlier
rolls are
one,
double.
the wrathful.
not the wrathful, but your standard default one because it's a
Gotcha.
class feature, not a spell.
How many am I rolling? Remind me again, JP, because I'm going to start over.
You rolled 2d8 at first level. You can choose the level of spell slot you want to use. So 2d8 for first or 3d8 for second. And you double that because you critted.
So it is 6. Okay. 4, 6, 9, 15, 16, 18. So that's 18 radiant damage plus whatever I said earlier, which was a 7. So that's 25 damage, but 18 of that is radiant damage.
Okay.
I'm just going to stab this son of a bitch right in his face.
That's your first attack, right?
That is my first attack. Do I need to keep going?
Do you want to keep going?
She will. That's a 10, though.
10 to
Hit.
hit. Mm.
Unless he's prone, then you have advantage.
Yeah. Yeah. Is he prone? Should I keep going?
He's
Claim your
unconscious. It's an auto crit.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, no, so
Claim your
Narthi,
kill.
yeah, Narthi is just, all she's seeing is, all she's imagining is when seeing Renner's body when they were about to, when Elspeth, Donovan, and Azar were releasing him back to the ocean. She's remember his body, how she didn't get to say goodbye, how they left each other in like a rage and just the guilt that she's feeling. But when she sees Zadorak, which right now is the epitome of everything, all the anger and all the frustration, she's going to, her hazel eyes will just gleam and glow, and she's just going to stab in the throat with this trident. And then she'll release it again, and then she'll grip the back of this guy's head, and then she's going to just do it again, right into his throat twice,
Mm-hmm.
and then spit in his face.
So,
pissed.
Azar, you watch as this trident just stabs right into Zardarak's neck as Narthi joins you by your side. And then this radiant energy just as more blood just rushes out of his mouth. And then immediately a second strike as his already glazed eyes lose the life behind them.
Can she also, if the trident did pierce enough, she'll want to rip the head off and throw it back into the room to try and see if it'll kind of dictate to everyone else, like, this is over. Back the F off.
Roll a d20.
Okay. 7.
7.
Lucky number 7.
Yeah.
The head doesn't come quite clean off, but as you throw it back, it lands in the fog that you are still
Sure,
emanating
sure.
around you. So
Mhm.
folks cannot quite see that the battle will hopefully be done. giving it up to Killer, who you told to charge Zardarak, right?
Yeah. Yep.
It's gonna charge through that fog and boom, boom, boom. Look around. Sees the body.
Stomp, stomp.
Stomp, 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 stomp,
Yeah.
Making more of a paste of him.
Zar's gonna need a dry cleaner after this.
Okay, let's see. And as the fog leaves you, Donovan and Elspeth, okay.
I have a random question about this fog. She can't dissipate it, right? It just stays for 10 minutes.
It's a concentration spell, I think. So
If-
can't you dismiss
okay.
it?
I don't. It says it doesn't really explain. It just says you can channel it.
Oh, sorry, it's a class feature. That's right.
Yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
not sure. I'm pretty sure it just sticks around for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
So
just
interesting.
lasts.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
last, and yeah, it cannot be dispersed.
Okay.
So you just always have the fog around you for the next time.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
What is that? What is that called? What's
Uh,
that?
Marine layer. Yeah.
Yeah, it's part of the Paladin of the Open Sea. But yes, as the fog leaves you, you can see that the reinforcements of Durgar have shown up, and what is... You now see the hulking monstrosity that is currently being ridden by one of these Durgar.
Can I roll to see if I know what it is?
Yeah!
Do you want like history or nature or?
Let's do history, since you were more likely read about it.
Oh, good. There's my good roll for the game, so at least I'll know what kills me. That's a 23.
23. And very immediately you remember the description of this... Oh, God, insectoid-like creature that is able to burrow through solid rock and make itself a pretty sizable community within the Underdark. Its orange carapace very quickly registering for you as an Umber Hulk.
Every time I run into a creature from the Underdark, I'm more and more grateful for the fact that my father took me out of it. This place seems awful.
But yeah, that Duragar and Umber Hulk combo kind of rides in, sees the mess that is happening, and sees you two, and just points over there and is like, charge! Which, you even understand? You get the sense of it.
If he's pointing
Yeah.
and yelling, it...
Angry pointing and yelling is sort of international.
Donovan,
As
I think
the
they've seen us.
As the Umber Hulk begins to just lumber forward, just like...
Is it running through the molten metal or around the molten metal? Because they're on the opposite side.
around the trough. It's going to go around.
I gotta try.
I also don't
But
think it's molten anymore.
Elspeth and Donovan, the eyes that are just constantly just kind of clicking around lock onto you two. And almost like that tunnel vision when you've just been walking for a while in a really flat, almost like mirage sense, it just kind of like your vision just starts to view towards it.
I don't like that.
As the eyes just continue to click around. Next up are the Quagots.
It's over.
The two Thonauts would head... where would they head?
Back up Zardarok?
Yeah, they would probably back up Zardarak. Yeah, they're going to back up Zardarak. So they walk over and they see
Nothing.
the head on the ground as they're passing through, a little confused as they walk forward, kind of not trepidatiously, but cautiously through the fog, and they see you two.
What color blood are we covered in right now?
Yeah.
It's red.
So they're moving within 5 feet of Narthi?
Heavily obscured, so
They're
would...
blind. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You can see the stalking silhouettes of them just kind of moving throughout the fog, and they're just, you see it tensing in their muscles as they're just kind of waiting there. Technical term would be holding an action.
Ah.
Elspeth, I need you to make, at the top of your turn, a charisma saving throw.
Oh.
Charisma.
Don't
I don't
forget to add the D4.
How good I am at that. $11.
11.
That's with the D4?
That's with the D4.
Oh, darn.
This constant clicking of eyes and just this narrowing of vision, you just stand there a bit confused, and I also need you to roll a d8.
Oh shit, okay. 6.
6. Can you roll me a d4?
What?
3.
3?
Yeah.
Donovan, you just watch as out of the side eye, as you are also getting absorbed into this, Elspeth just starts running towards the Quagots in the southern region. Just beelining straight southward. Okay. That is Elspeth's turn. Next up is the Durgar. There's the one that's standing by you. Oh,
Okay, wait. Sorry, James, I have to interrupt real quick.
Yeah.
Does this count as a charm effect? Because I have advantage against being charmed.
It is not a charm.
Okay, I just wanted to double check.
So you start walking towards the Quagots.
Yeah, that's
that Durgar must use all of its movement, so I guess that Durgar would technically take an attack of opportunity against you.
Hey, Donovan,
forced
you can
movement.
also take an attack opportunity against me if you want. I'm leaving your threatened
Yeah.
area.
I was
So-
actually thinking, but I wouldn't have been that smart.
It's fair.
Though the creature takes no action, but uses all of its movement to move in a random direction.
Gotcha. So it's not forced.
But it misses because it just sees you look over and
Dip.
start walking away. It's like, oh, boom, shit.
But that also means
Yeah.
that there's a hook. There's a Umber Hulk and a dwarf right in front of me.
The Umber Hulk is a bit further away, but its gaze is starting to get your attention. Those ones are going to enter the said fog, and very much like the Quagots are stalking in the fog cautiously. Then there's the other Durgar. There's so many fucking Durgar.
Would they be able to hold an action? Because we moved further from them and dwarves are slow as hell.
Well, they're just moving cautiously now. They're the ones that were moving from the lower region where Donovan and the platform were. They used their double movement to get toward the fog, and now they're near the fog and just slowly approaching.
All right.
And that is a good amount of them. And then the ones that were near the Umber Hulk are going to come towards where Donovan is. So that's currently 5 of them, but they are staying closer to the Umber Hulk. Yeah. So the Durgar are kind of just shifting right now. Northy, since you threw the head, why don't you roll me a d20 for me?
15.
15. You can see it because you're the emanator of this fog. One of the Durgar walks by where you threw the head, and like a soccer ball just taps it and looks down, and their eyes go wide for a moment.
I want to say something, but I can't. They won't understand me. So I was like,
Go ahead, say something.
Do they understand Dwarvish? I thought they understood Dwarvish.
You understand, or you've heard Dwarvish and Undercommon coming from them.
oh, then in Undercommon we'll say, the same will happen to you if you do not cease this fighting.
Nice. Roll a persuasion check. Or
I have not.
persuasion or intimidation. No, this means intimidation. Intimidation with advantage.
Intimidation with advantage?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh no! Ooh, but I'll take that one. That's a 22.
Hmm. Okay. And you slowly watch as this one Durgar can't quite see you, but hears that voice emanating from the fog. And then it just goes down and picks up the head. And you can see it start to move out of the fog, but not quite make its way out there. Meanwhile, to your right, you just hear the scampering and skittering of Donovan, roll me an attack for avarice.
Weasel.
The demonic weasel.
Oh, that's an 8.
8. Now that it is bit in the balls and it's just being held in the hand, this Durgar is just like, oh wait, it would throw it on the ground. It would attack. That.
That's so
Yeah, that's a 20 to hit.
Yeah, poof.
Oh, we did. It's gonna, yeah.
But it's such a funny image of him holding this weasel as it's just like writhing in his hands.
And you can just hear the faint sounds of a demonic whisper in the fog as the avarice is returned back to its bag. Donovan, I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Remember the bless if you didn't.
If it will
Bless
help.
is not gonna help.
Okay.
Get that 4. Get that 4.
Okay, so 1 plus 2 plus 2. 5.
I need you to roll me a d8.
Maybe you'll get lucky and run after me, and then I can still heal you before I die.
1.
1. You just stand there staring into the Umber Hulk's eyes.
Yep. Wait a minute. It's not a charm spell. Damn it.
Yeah. Half Elf Unite!
Okay. Top of the order. Bucky's still alive. He's gonna go over to where Killer is and just help out to start eating. Zardarak is dead. Azar and Narthi.
Right. Which tower did you say the person that's yelling the alert is in?
If you come out of the little tunnel that you guys were at, it would be towards your left.
Right. I would like to just walk around, just avoiding getting too close to all the Dwargar, if I can, and go to that tower.
Yeah, they are starting to kind of do like a horseshoe around. I would say you would like if you're trying to like go around on the wide side, you would go past one of the Quagots and one of the Durgar.
There's a marine layer.
Screw it, I'll just fly. Who cares? I'll just fly over heads. They can't watch me.
Just you watch as Azar walks into the fog, Narthi, and these glowing, is it golden wings, if I remember correctly?
Golden flame, yeah.
Golden flame just for a moment just launch Azar up. You can watch the fog just trail after them as she lands Superman Black Widow style up top, looking at the one who just is constantly yelling the intruders, and he's like,
I'll just push them out of the way and just say in Dwarvish, Zardarok is dead. The fortress is taken. Flee.
Ooh. The Dwarvish helps. Just roll me a persuasion check.
I will use my Presence of Dragons to re-roll that, because that was garbage. That's much better. So that is... Oh, I do have a bonus. I have +1, right? Yeah. That is a 20.
20. Okay. Elspeth and Donovan, you both speak Dwarfish, right?
Yes.
In that haze of swirl, having been around the Umber Hulk, you can just hear that on the faintest bit of your mind. You can see some of the creatures around you also in a more lucid state. Just catch that attention. And then the eyes kind of go over to the fog in which that one Durgar had been walking. And they merge with the head of Zardarak. And that's where we're going to take our break.
No. I wanted to do something. Okay, cool.
What did
We'll
you
do
want
it when
to
I
do?
come back. No, we'll do it when I come
Yeah,
back.
it's also your go. What did you want
No, I
to
was
do?
gonna say
No.
because if we have a hot second, because I wanted to. I mean, Narthi, when she sees Azar fly off, it was just more of a dramatic moment. She's just gonna kind of drop to her knees because she's so frustrated and relieved that this is all over, and she'll just say to herself in utter comment, "It is finished." And she wanted to telekinetically grab. She's gonna take the body of Zardarak and telekinetically shove it out like into the middle of the room. So I was kind of hoping it would coincide with Azar's intimidation moment, that he's dead, that out of the fog would shoot a body. The body as well. That's all.
Easy to do. As this warning comes out over all the klaxons, piercing into your adult minds, Elspeth and Donovan, and catching the attention of those around you. The Durgar begins to merge with the head of Zardarak. And as he almost ceremoniously, cinematically walks out from the fog, a dark shape just goes shoom, and Zardarak's body, gauntlet, twisted up into an obscene shape. His body ragdolled and limbs over limbs just rolls ever so slowly to a stop. The Durgar, the Quagots, not the Umber Hulk. Umber Hulks do what they do. Just a look at this display. That's where we're going to take our break.
Love it. Love this. Exactly, JP.
Oh no.
Thank you all so much for joining us. We will be back after a quick 7 to 10. Grab a water, grab some snacks, and we will see you all very soon. Bye. Welcome back. They have just killed Zardarak Sunblight of the Sunblight clan. They have thrown his body and head out of the fog that is perpetually emanating from Narthi for the next
7
9.5
minutes? I know. Yeah, I was gonna say how long.
But as this warning shouted through Azar, through all of the tubing and klaxons and audio system, announcement system, what was I thinking of? Overhead system?
PA system?
Yeah, PA
PA
system.
system, thank
Yeah.
you. We were getting there. Over the PA system, essentially, of this fortress. The Umber Hulk, the rider, puts like almost a blinders on it, and Donovan and Elspeth do snap to. And you watch as the Durgar just kind of look over one another. And you see a palpable tension just take over a few of them.
I hate to say this, but if I regain my abilities, I'm casting a spell.
Do it.
Which spell?
Tasha's hideous laughter on the Umber Hulk.
What's it say?
It's a wisdom 13.
Wisdom 13. No, it's flat roll. As you come to and you see the blinders being put over the Umber Hulk. You cast Tasha's hideous laughter, and you watch. Jesus Christ. You watch as Umber Hulk just starts. It's not laughter, but you hear a high-pitched chittering as its mandibles start to clack together, and you can see the body just start to heave. And you see the Durgar up top just trying to rein it in as the Umber Hulk begins to just clatter onto the ground, it's rolling onto its back. And if you've ever seen a horse fall over onto its rider, the Durgar is just squished underneath the mass
Hulk of the
his
Hulk.
creature. As the chittering continues to go, and the tension, Elspeth, you notably notice, is ratcheted up even more between the Durgar, and you see a few of them just kind of eyeing around, just like left and right, and you see a couple of them making eye contact. And you watch as Durgar just grab their war pick and look over to their left and right and swing at the other Durgar next to them.
Ooh.
And you watch as these Durgar start to break out. Almost, to you, it seems like a riot, as almost half and half just start to battle it out on the floor.
Great. I want to get away from the Quagots before they decide to continue to fulfill their master's orders. Because I guess, are they still acting hostile, or are they now kind of neutralized because
they're a bit more neutralized due
Okay.
to seeing the body thrown out?
I'm gonna start like backing away from them, and if they don't look like they're going to attack me, then I'm just gonna turn and run back over to Donovan.
Mm-hmm. You run back to Donovan, and they at first were a bit more like they not relaxed, but they froze a bit. But then their hackles get raised as Durgar upon Durgar start fighting, and even the Durgar that were starting to come in, more of them, they realize what is happening, and you see them starting to turn on one another as they start to fight it out.
Yeah. Hand on Donovan. As I'm grabbing you, I am going to pop you a cure wounds. Just, for some backup. That's going to be 10 more points.
Nice.
Grab you on the shoulder, pop you a cure wounds, and just be like, we need to find the others, and I think we should probably get out of here. Looks like they're going to take care of themselves, and I'd rather they not notice we're still here.
Oh, let's go.
What languages do I speak? Interesting. But I don't think I know if anybody else speaks that. Okay. I think Elspeth's just gonna grab Donovan and run toward the fog cloud, because I know if we get in there, we'll be able to find at least Narthi.
Yeah. And in Elvish, Donovan calls out, "We're coming in." Don't know if anyone else speaks Elvish.
Nope.
And you two run in there, and you see silhouetted the Quagots donuts. They're just kind of taking in the situation, and similarly to the side crystals that you had, you can see their temples glow a bit, and they're directing it towards the way you're coming from. But you can see also Durgar on Durgar just fighting it out in the fog. And as you rush through, just trying to get past the battle, I'm words in hard today. Oh God, word. A stray war pig gets swung in your direction, towards you, Donovan, and goes wide over your head as this civil war almost is starting to break out. But then as you are able to get there, you see Narthi on her knees. As you clear through, and magically the fog, you are able to see through it.
Elspeth will drop down kind of on her knees, kind of into a crouch next to Narthi, and just sort of put hands on shoulders. And just, was that you?
Narthi's actually, her eyes have been closed. She's holding a piece of what looks like coral to her chest, and you are hearing sounds not unlike like deep whale moments. She's trying to have a moment with this thing. But what did you say to her, Elspeth? I'm sorry. She'll kind of.
Yeah.
What? I'm so sorry. What? I'm so sorry.
No. Don't apologize. Was that you who dealt with Zardarok?
I dealt the final blow, but Azar was the one that pinned Zardarok
Teamwork.
to the wall. Yes.
Renna would be proud of you. We have to go.
Each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and hearing that, I do understand. I understand. And she'll get up, but she's out of it. She's kind of checked out a little bit, but she's not going to stop clutching this piece of coral to her chest, as she'll let Elspeth lead her wherever she needs to go. I will try to gather my thoughts on the way out, but where's
keep
Azar?
a hand here.
I would like to take the Dwargar next to me and say, okay, you did your job to warn the fortress. I did my job and killed Zardarok. Now, you're going to show me, my friends, the way to the front door, and you don't die, okay?
Intimidation with advantage, friend.
All right, that's a 15.
15. And you see what seems to be a younger Durgar, much more smooth-faced. His beard not quite to the lengths that you've seen all other Durgar, and he just kind of... Oh, and what language do you say this in?
Dwarvish.
Dwarvish. Yeah, he responds back. Very well. Where are your friends?
I point to the fog cloud moon this way.
Oh, very well. Come with me.
And I keep a hand on him the entire time.
And you just feel like once you put that hand on the shoulder just goes.
Relax, if I wanted to snap your neck, you'd be dead already. Move.
Okay, let's move, please. And as you direct this one, and you start to, you heard it above, but you get to see just this battle break out between Durgar and maybe a perception check as you.
Okay. Not bad at perception checks. Oh, good roll. 21.
21. You see on the far end in which you all enter, the doors open. And walking through is an entourage of Durgar, and at the center, you can see an older Durgar, female. Have you watched? Oh gosh, what is it? The first or the second one? I think it's the second Star Wars, Clone Wars, in which Padme kind of has like that.
Oh yeah, the absurd hats. Yeah.
Yeah, the absurd hat that kind of comes out. This one kind of looks like a T. Like it makes her head look like a T coming out.
Does she come in saying, "I will not condone a course of action that will lead us to war"?
Too
Her
late.
hair wrapped
Yeah, exactly.
up and in it, draping down. It's ridiculous. She walks with a cane. It has a long, muted gold and brown clothing, but she walks with an air of dignity.
Right. I'll ask our new friend who this is.
You point out to this one Duragar. Oh, that is Grandolpha. She's a guest of Zardarak.
Oh.
But she walks with an air of dignity, and you can see with that 21 in particular, just like at her heels, a small version of the dragon that you had pinned the wings of. It's just walking around almost like a lap dog, just like darting between the legs and just like. But you
There were more
continue
of
to
them.
lead this Duragar.
Yeah, we'll walk over to her. I'm not directing him. I'm just keeping a hand on him while he leads us to wherever the way out is.
Oh, you're leading them to your friends first, right?
Yeah, I assume this is all happening at the same time.
Yeah. So you direct them, and eventually.
Well, I was going to say, I don't want to interrupt this, but if hearing, wait, are you guys talking in Dwarvish or are you talking in Common?
They were talking in Dwarvish. I think.
Never
I was
mind.
speaking in Dwarvish.
Never mind. Nope. We were about to have a very
Nope.
a moment, but nope. Narthi doesn't understand. That's fine.
But yeah, as you direct them through the cloud and trying to get through this, you can see the Quagots have kind of consolidated near this fog area and are going deeper in, passing you, Donovan, Narthi, and Elspeth, as they regroup and go deeper within. Azar, you direct this Duragar to where your friends are, and magically, once again, once you get near Narthi, the fog you're able to see through it.
So we see this person coming in.
Being held by Azar.
No.
we see that.
I think we've seen we've seen. I'm sorry. I thought that Azar was already with us, and
No.
we were being led somewhere. Got it.
So Grandolpha is on the far end. I let Azar see that because she's up top.
Gotcha.
So is she coming in the doors that we came through, that Zardarak came through, or that the Umbra Hulk came through?
She's coming through the doors you came through.
Okay. So she's coming from the door that we didn't look at.
The other end of the corridor.
Yeah.
Possibly, yes. Probably.
Okay.
Is there more? Do we
need to deal with that?
I don't know. When we go talk to her.
How are they reacting to the frantic fray of what's going on? Is she just regally walking Amidala style through it without referencing it? Like,
as Azar points out, this person and relays that her name is Grandolpha, her entourage just equipped with heavy crossbows are almost like a shield around her, a phalanx, if you will, that just carefully picking out the Durgar, which ones, and just shooting.
Did Azar relay that she is a friend to Zadarak? Was that, or no?
Guest of.
Guest
was
of.
the word.
Yeah. I would just be like, so you want to go talk to her? Because Azar is not really big on details.
Got it. Okay.
You've got this other Durgar with you, so I think Elspeth's gonna look at the kid essentially and say to him in Dwarvish, "So, what's going on here? You're all fighting each other now? Faster, please. We don't have a lot of time."
I don't know what's happening. It's just he's dead and everyone's fighting now.
Great. So you're just as confused as us. Wonderful. Everyone, are we going to talk about this, or are we going to get to the front door and get out of here and go meet up with the rest of the army?
Yeah, he's going to show us where the front door is, but I thought we might want to talk to the lady.
Is she in league with Zardarak?
I don't think he really knows anything.
She was invited as part of the Muscat clan. He was.
She's not a Sunblight.
No.
Oh, all right. Then I think we've killed off an entire clan. That might explain the fight, because when I yelled at Zardarak about the others, he complimented me for taking out his competition. So, are we talking or are we leaving?
Yeah, let's talk to the lady.
Okay.
Hands on her. I guess we're just gonna take this fucking fog cloud, and we're just gonna head for.
This frog marches guy out front.
No. I'll be like, right. Maybe one of us who speaks Dwarvish should step out of the cloud and go explain before we just envelop and.
Yeah, already on it. It's just going.
Right. And I'm gonna post up just outside of the fog, to back up Azar.
How bad do people look before we separate ways again?
Azar looks not good.
Azar is not great at all.
Azar will. Narthi, before going off, will touch Azar's arm and just say, thank you very much. You have 15 more hit points.
Cool.
Thank you for helping me avenge my brother.
Yep, no problem. And just like, all right, come on, just go.
Well, I'm not going anywhere. I'm sticking.
No, just
okay.
My little dwarvish friend just got him by like
gotcha.
back of his shirt and just marching him.
Oh. And you drag this young Durgar with you. You emerge from the fog, and do you just go for a straight line towards?
Yeah, I was like, hello.
You say hello as you hold this one
in dwarvish.
Durgar, and Grandolpha's about 30 feet away from you. She looks at you. She's kind of like eyeing the situation that's happening right now. I should pull up her stats. What does she have? Just in case she has.
And I will ready an action to loose an arrow if she directs anyone to attack Azar or attacks Azar.
I think Elspeth is gonna follow Azar, but stay just inside the fog because she also knows that stepping out as a visible drow could quickly turn this if some talking doesn't happen first. So.
Quick. Okay. Okay. But she looks at you and you can see like deep set wrinkles that are just pressed into the brow and just like long jowls that just kind of hang down. And you say hello in Dwarvish. And she looks around, she sees you, definitely not a Duragard, just waving. Sees the blood on your fists. Do you speak common?
Oh, yes.
Very well. What is your name, child? As she continues to walk forward more with the entourage following.
I'm Azar. You look like you're in charge.
Soon to be.
Okay, well, Zardark built the dragon. We killed that and his sons and Zardarok. And now we just want to look around, take some stuff, and go home. What about you?
Well, home I am looking forward to very soon. Looking around? If you don't get killed by the infighting.
Yeah, we're supposed to go fight a god, so we figure, you might have some stuff to make be useful.
You are a strange child.
But you're not going to get in the way, right?
I don't see why I would.
All right, that's fine.
And Donovan just shouts out, "And you're gonna leave 10 towns alone?"
As far as I am concerned, there's really no need for the surface at the moment.
So you're going back to the Underdark?
Possibly. This will be a nice outpost. But returning home will be within the next few weeks.
All right, great. So if you have any more guys on your side, you could tell them to leave us alone because, I don't mind punching them to death, but if I didn't have to do that, I'd rather not.
I would appreciate it if you didn't.
All right, so, there's a thing over there. You can yell into it and people will hear you. You can tell them, no, we're the only not dwarves here besides the hairy things. So if you could just tell them to leave us alone, that'd be great.
Roll a persuasion check.
No, that is a 10.
A 10.
Oh, wait, no, +1, 11.
11. Okay. Well, there are certain things I need to secure at the moment, so I will not be doing that.
What things? We could help.
I think this would be outside of the cultural understanding that you surface dwellers would understand.
Okay. Well,
Elspeth is going to take one step outside the fog.
As you do, Elspeth, you notice a noticeable, I've been doing that recently. Notice a noticeable grimace that just purses Grindolph's lips. I see you are...
I really want nothing to do with this. I just want to know what's going on.
I believe it is what we call a coup.
Oh, excellent. Wonderful. You're welcome to it. I have absolutely no intention of going to the Underdark anytime soon, so I won't be bothering. I just really like to not get killed. Thanks.
No problem. Just avoid any stray war picks or bolts and you should be fine.
Oh, how can we tell which people are yours? You have a signal or a sign or something?
Unfortunately, there really isn't much of a signal because we don't. We did wish for ourselves to be known, at least physically. If you just do this with your hand, and she shows you just like a very simple gesture, they should leave you alone.
Okay. And I just turn to my friend. So, show us the way up. Come on. Azar's done. If you guys want to talk, but Azar's done talking.
No, I think Elspeth knows what she needs to know, which is if we just leave, they're not going to come after us at this point.
So you take this and you are heading out?
Yeah, I want him to show us the way out so we can get to the gate and open it.
Okay. And you take this child, almost, not child, teenager would be appropriate. Grab him by the scruff and just keep gagging him. And you walk through a series of doors before he leads you into this smaller room in which you see this box-like contraption with the doors kind of open, and you look upwards and you see almost like a chain that just goes up. We go into this box and we head up to the second area.
Okay, let's go.
Push him through, and as you all step
Assume
in,
everyone's with us. We're all
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, yes.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have left Dorothy behind. I would have come
She's just
dragged
sitting
me.
there waiting. She's like, I know, I'm just the cover. I'm just the cover. I'm just the cover.
Does it take us, say, like about 9.5 minutes to get to the gates?
we'll just say for the
Just stop, throw up a hut, take a nap.
We need some fan art of literally all of them in the elevator, like with elevator music playing, just like shrouded in fog.
Shrouded in fog.
But with Azar holding the scruff of his little Durgar's neck.
You're holding the Durgar and he looks over at you, Narthi.
She'll look back
what's
at
your
him.
name? Says in Dwarvish.
The sexy Duergar, yeah.
Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry.
She doesn't talk much, does she? Talking to you, Azar.
Like, you're not really her type.
Understood.
Elspeth, what are they talking about?
Oh, they're just checking in on things, and then in Dwarvish, and then in Dwarvish to the teenager, I'll just go, he's her type, and point at Donovan.
And you see this Duragar and he looks over at Donovan and looks upwards. And then he just looks down. Meanwhile, the elevator opens up like clockwork. There are no buttons that you press. It just seems to work on its own system, which can be considered wise. It took a little while for the Duragar to show up.
Not that long.
Like just like the system is just like
Coming down 4 at a time in the elevator.
But you all emerge, and he takes you through a few corridors and weaves you left and right before you are in front of a very large open hallway. And you see the doors before you. And
There's no
up here, it
Durgar
seems like
here.
Where are the controls?
to answer Donovan, there are no Duragar up here. In this floor, it seems.
Security here
Go
is
on.
terrible.
Yes, quite.
If you go into that room right there, there's the wench for the gate.
All right, show us the way in. And
Show us
I
the way
am listening for thoughts of things that I can't see.
Oh, right. You can do that.
You and your brain slug.
Because
The
there's
brain
no
slug
save. It's just within 30 feet.
Yeah, and as you enter this room, you feel the pulse of the brain slug. You'd be like, "You're right.
I just turn to look at nothing. It's like, I can see you. Open the gate.
And they're dropping the invisibility. And as you take in this room, you see the wench, and you see on right next to it a body of a Duragar just splayed out in blood as this one is holding the bloody knife. And Dirk is there. And this one is just holding the knife towards you. And
I'm not here to fight. Open the gate. Come on.
You get it. You
He
got
does
it.
the hand symbol towards you.
Mr. Seidel,
Yes. I don't know how
you
to
will
work
open this gate now.
the thing.
Yeah. Elspeth will return the hand gesture, seeing that everybody else is just razzing him. So it's like, we're on your side. It's fine. Just open the gate. Otherwise, you're about to get jumped by another army, and you seem to have this well in hand. So you could just,
And he looks. He's like, very well. I will now open the gate. And you watch as this bespectacled Duragar grabs onto the wench and starts to and you can hear the groaning of the door on the other side of the wall. Just
I'm gonna go out to the other room where the gate is opening to take a look and see if there's like a whole bunch of angry townspeople waiting for these doors to open.
Mark looses an arrow as soon as someone emerges.
It strikes Donovan in the gut. Yeah.
It's like the scene in 300 where it's
Donovan does a 19 hit.
Yeah. Last spell, shield.
As this arrow flies straight at you, and you hear from the back end of this grouping of angry people, you just hear Mark being like, "Charge!"
We're on your side! Dancing lights up in the air in the symbol of Kellamvor.
As it pops into the sky, and you see all of these very raring to go villagers and soldiers, Captain Arlagath at the front, Mark in the back with Trovis. About 15 total that were able to be gathered. Standing there before you. Oh, Lady Elspeth, hey!
Hello, Mark. Good shot.
Oh, thank you. Wait, did I almost hit you, Mr. Donovan?
You would have if I didn't have magic.
Hey, I'm getting better.
Good shot. Good shot.
Do you all exit out?
Yeah, I think we're gonna be like,
Yeah.
the Duragar, in the midst of a bit of a power shift, if you will. We can all just go outside.
Like, I would like to just. We're in the gate room. It's probably pretty safe. We can just take a little rest here and let them fight it out and see who wins. And then head in with the angry villagers and loot the joint.
Okay.
Are we okay? Sorry, this is kind of meta, but this is also part of conversation. I guess I could do this in character. Are we planning to go try to kill the rest of the Duragar faction, or are we just leaving?
I would like to see what kind of stuff they have around here, because I mean, if they can build that thing, they should have some pretty good equipment, gear, weapons, and things that we will probably need in our next fight.
Right. Okay. Just wanted to make sure we were clear on the plan here, because I would personally like to not continue getting stabbed by Duragar on the regular. So, all right.
Let's take a break.
Understood. Yes.
A break. Okay. So what are you telling the townsfolk first?
We're going to take a short rest, and then while the Duragar are fighting one another, and hopefully whoever wins will leave. Because we're just going to camp out inside this place.
I thought that they said that they would they were staying. Unless again, Narthi has not understood a word of anything that has been said.
No,
But
I
if
mean-
it's been relayed,
it was in common.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it was in
It's
common. I thought that she was leaving, but I actually, Elspeth, I'm getting rid of every one of these dirty Duragar that has caused me pain. If everyone's taking a rest, Narthi is not going to rest. Narthi will take the 15 townspeople, show them the symbol, say, hey,
Yeah.
anyone that does this to you, you're good. Anyone that doesn't, chop them up.
Okay.
Then if the townspeople are going in, I'm not resting. I'm gonna just follow and try and pick off Duragar.
Okay. So Azar, you're resting.
Won't rest in the gate room.
Okay. Elspeth?
Gonna stay near Donovan and Imdra to make sure I keep them up.
Okay. Oh, how do I want to do this? Okay.
One massive group
Roll,
luck
yeah,
check.
I was gonna say roll a D100,
Yeah.
and how many do you kill?
Okay.
Well, there's
Donovan,
technically 20 of
Elspeth, and
us.
Narthi,
Yeah, there are 20 of us.
roll me D20s each.
For all of us that are going back in,
Yes.
just straight, or am I adding anything?
Just
to
straight
it?
D20.
I got a 14.
18.
Nice.
9.
9. So that was a 18,
14.
14, and a 9. So you three begin to enter the fortress, and it's with its tight corridors, going like 50 strong is a little bit harder. So you kind of break up, or you see factions kind of breaking up. Is anyone going to break off and lead a particular group, or is it everyone's, or are you three staying together?
Good question. Narthi's kind of got laser focus. So if she wants to take some of the angrier townspeople, she can, but we'll divert to Elspeth or Donovan if they have a better idea.
Honestly, that doesn't sound like a bad idea.
Mm.
You know, we're looking for
Um,
any prisoners they might have taken,
Mhm.
any townsfolk, any loot that Azar wants, magic items.
Sure, let's do it.
Trovis, maybe you should go with Narthi, and Donovan and I will stay with Captain Olagath, and we'll get this done.
As the factions begin to split off, Narthi, you encounter a pretty sizable faction of Duragar that are aligned with Zardarak, unfortunately. And as you do battle, you have the natural capabilities of a leader in the fray, but you do lose a few of them just in the battle. But you are able to fully rout said group. Donovan and Elspeth with Captain Arlagath. Since Narthi's particularly going out to kill, are you guys going particularly for treasure, or?
I think so. I think that's the main goal.
Okay, roll an investigation check for me, please.
Can I just assist? I think
Sure.
your investigation's better than mine.
Probably it's +8. So 28.
20.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Okay.
You find
I
the
will give you-
Frostmaiden.
Yeah.
Okay.
A Frostmaiden killing dagger.
You begin to search around, and as you do, you find the private quarters of Zardarak. And you find a whole smattering of things, a lot of them built out of chardalyn. Knowing its effects, you are wary of touching it, let alone holding it. But there are a few things that you grab, some fine silks, some gem-encrusted sandals, and other things that are within his in his private dwelling, as well as a piece of paper with, for you, Donovan, very quickly you understand to be lock combinations, 9 of them to be exact. While in there, Elspeth, you also notice a large sculpture of a female Durgar. She's completely nude, but she seems to have through some ingenious invention, a crown similar to what you saw floating, or not floating, on Zardarak's head, just kind of floating over her head, as well as 7, which you would know now because of what you found in Tourmaline, 7 Mind Flayer skulls at the base of this sculpture, also sculpted. If you would like to roll a religion check, you may.
I absolutely will. I was gonna cry if that was my nat 20 of the game, but not quite. Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. Okay. You know it to be, in your readings at the Abbey, it's Underdark writings, not particular, other than creatures and general civilization of Drow and Duergar, it's not the most extensive. But you do remember a small snippet. A small snippet of a god called Deep Duera, which is a patron god of the Durgar, specifically, particularly of psionics, due to what they believe she's the one that saved them, routed the Mind Flayer holdings on Durgar. And she's a very venerated figure amongst those who are able to practice said abilities.
Cool. Right, religious iconography. Probably not an entirely good idea to do anything to that, just because, I don't know, the last time I touched a religious icon, I sort of almost joined a cult. So...
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna pull my rapier and I'm going to booming blade that magic item.
That crown.
At you?
I guess I don't know. I mean, do we just... That's gotta be magic. But bad magic, good magic. What happened to Zardarak's crown? Was it on the head?
Left it on the head unless you wanted it.
I don't know that we would have taken the time to grab it right now.
Yeah, that thing, because that thing might control the dragon.
If this goes horribly wrong, go get a Zar. I think Elspeth will just... Elspeth's just gonna, grab a handkerchief or whatever, wrap it around her hand, and is just gonna see what happens if she tries to take the crown. Will it move? It's just hovering there. Can she just pluck
the
it
little
away?
hovering crown? Okay.
Yeah, the little hovering crown.
As you grab the crown, instantly you feel a gnawing at your brain. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
I'm good at those, at least. This entire campaign is just a test to see which cult I end up in by the end of it. 23.
23. quickly you feel as it feels like someone is taking a spoon and slowly scooping out your brain and then eating it right on top. And as you feel this sensation, you realize it is just a sensation and try and push it out. You still do take 9 psychic damage.
Woo!
Yay, my favorite.
As you try and like repiece your mind in that quick session of holding it or having this moment while holding this crown. And as you grab it and you hold it, it no longer floats.
Okay.
But as you look at it, it is like a tiny version of Zardarak's crown because it is made of chardalyn.
Right. So I'm able to move it away from the statue, like. I will sort of look at it, wrap the rest of the handkerchief around it, and like put the bag, tuck it in, reach into my pocket, get that handkerchief wrapped amulet back out, stuff that back in the bag.
Should we just destroy that?
You remember what happened the last time we tried to destroy a magical item?
Yes, but we've destroyed chardalyn before.
It just tried to eat my brain, so why don't we take it for now, and then once we regroup with the others, maybe we can do it, somewhere where people are new.
Okay. So I found 9 combinations, which means that there are potentially 9 locks that we should be trying to get into.
Right? Do we?
I'm gonna look in this room for any secret compartments or trap triggers or doors or anything.
Yeah, roll me a investigation check.
16.
16. As you tap around searching, you do find within Zardarak's closet a false bottom.
And I want to check for traps.
Mm-hmm.
18.
18. As you kind of like look towards this false bottom and you lift it just a little bit, you feel a bit of tension there, and you take one of your thieves' tools and you can feel a triggering mechanism.
I will use thieves' tools to undo it.
Okay.
21.
21. It is a particularly tricky trap. There are multiple triggers within the trigger itself to prevent such a break-in. But as you are able to get that last trigger just popped off, you're able to confidently to know that it is disabled.
Perfect. Open it up.
You open it up, and you can see on the lid of this trap, this contraption, which has a glass container of what seems to be a small chunk of mineral in it. But that's the trap, and within you find a hookah.
Okay.
Made of pure platinum.
Ooh.
And embedded, or very tastefully, sapphire in a neat configuration. This is probably the most expensive thing you've ever held in your hands.
I will lift it out, and if it fits in a bag, I'll put it in a bag. If not, I'll just carry it out.
You just hold on to this hookah, because if you've ever seen a hookah, sometimes this one's a big boy. Like the solid ones that you can find at those hookah bars that are about like 3 feet tall with like multiple hoses.
One of the individuals in our group that is strong, but not a great fighter.
Oh,
If
Mark.
there is
You're
one.
talking about Mark. Okay, got it.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't want to give this to Mark.
No,
because
not Mark.
He might drop it.
Ah, good point.
I just want to have somebody else carry it because I don't want to carry it.
Okay.
Like
You
that's,
pass it off to somebody. Roll me an insight check.
Yeah, you could just drop it off at the gatehouse.
Oh no.
Where's ours?
Yeah, we could just drop it off at the Czar.
As I hand it off, I say, if you take this, I will find you. With a 6.
6. They seem trustworthy.
All right.
As they take it from your hands and they leave the group. Narthi, go ahead and roll me another d20 as you continue your onslaught through.
So did I recognize that person from any particular town?
Nondescript.
Some
He
dude.
looked middle-age-ish.
Captain Arlagath, you know that person?
No, I'm not sure. I believe probably one of the Bremen folk.
Bremen. That's the bad place, or is it a good place?
We didn't make it to Bremen.
Oh, but it wasn't the Zentarum place. Okay. Well. All right. Mark, keep an eye on him.
16 and 16 for you, James.
16. You continue the onslaught. You find folks from Grandolfo faction. You find others from Zardarak. And this time around, you're able to keep a solid grasp on your newly minted fighters. Definitely in that first bout, there were a few who were overzealous and got out of formation and stepped out and were quickly dispatched. But this time around, those that are around you listened very attentively, for they saw those that didn't die.
Yes.
And you continue through.
Like a school of swordfish.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
school of swordfish. Elspeth and Donovan, you continue through your adventures into this place, and Amazar, is there any, or like you're just resting, right?
Yeah, just take a short rest.
Okay. I'm okay to dilate time for this. You get your short rest.
Okay.
I also want to. So that trap contraption. That looks like that if this breaks, it would explode potentially.
Potentially, you don't quite know what it does. You haven't investigated it quite yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it just because it's something that can be thrown. But if it looks highly unstable, carrying it around, I might not.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check first. And then if you wish to take it,
You can have an
Please.
assist on the investigation if you want it.
25 investigation.
fine. You look at the contraption that is before you and you realize that once the trigger happens, there's a tiny hammer that's going to break the glass around this mineral. And the mineral itself is held by two almost like tiny claws that are just like holding it in suspended air. That is what you can get from it through the tubing. And you can see that it is possible to dislodge this tubing that is holding this mineral inside.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take it.
Okay.
you want to put it in the bag of horrible objects?
Roll me a thief's tool just to dislodge it.
23.
23. Working carefully, you are able to pop it off on both sides. And there you have this tube with a, I wouldn't say pure white, but it is kind of like an off-white crystal that's just being held there. Crystal in almost like a salt sense, if you will. Not like precious crystal.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, Azar, you feel rested enough. Do you wish to do anything, join anybody?
I'll look around for whoever's close by.
Close by? Roll me a d20. Odds you join up with Narthi, evens you join with Donovan and Elspeth.
That is a 6.
6. You feel rested enough, and as Donovan and Elspeth are starting to make their way back down to find more things, you join up with them.
Hey guys.
Feeling better?
Yep.
Did you see a gentleman come through here with a giant platinum hookah?
No. Should I have?
I gave it to one of the townsfolk.
So much for restarting that bar. There's a whole bucket of chardalyn weapons downstairs, but it's iffy if we want to, just touch them, given the nature of, what the chardalyn does. But they're there. We know where they are.
Yeah, I'd rather have just like regular magic weapons. They made that dragon thing. They've got to have magical stuff around here, right?
Yes. We can continue on. Oh, don't touch anything in the bag. It's cursed again.
Isn't it always cursed?
I don't think I've ever actually managed to get rid of enough items to uncurse it, so we'll just assume that it's always been cursed.
Good idea.
I did find a piece of paper with 9 combinations on it. So there's, again, combination locks somewhere around here, but we haven't found them yet.
Okay.
Might be a big
combinations
vault somewhere or something.
Or a
Vault
dungeon.
makes sense. Oh, so like downstairs?
Potentially.
Oh, yeah, we're supposed to let the prisoners out for Daryl.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, we should.
But we should probably go downstairs.
Dungeons would be lower, probably.
I hope there aren't any more dragons in them. That would be too on the nose.
Well, let's go find out.
So you three descend using the elevator contraption, not the one that came up. Oh no, they would have to keep going up and down. It wouldn't be an infinity thing. Never mind, lies. You find the elevator room once more, and you are able to descend downwards. And it seems that the Grandolpha faction, with the assistance of Narthi, and your initial fighting, seems to be holding or taking the tide of battle, if you will. And you have to skirt around the civil war that is currently breaking out. But you go through the doorways in which Zardarak came through. And as you go deeper within, you meander around for a bit before turning a left corner, and you can see a very large metal-plated door with a keyhole, but it is a very foreboding metal door. It's very simple.
I'll go back to Zardarak's body, see if he has a key on him.
If you go back to Zardarak's body, you do not find it where you left it.
Do I find it?
Roll me investigation check.
I get advantage on this.
Picturing us just pressed up against the wall, like scooting past this fight. Like, oh, don't mind us. We're just looting the place. It's all good. Thank you. Carry on. Good job.
I only have +1 on anything that I actually use. Investigation with advantage is a 17.
17. Yeah. You look around for Zardarak's body that has been munched on a bit by Killer and Bucky. You look upwards and you can see it has currently been strung up onto the ceiling area by some chains and just dangling there headless.
Okay, I'll go get it.
It is about 30 feet up.
Doesn't matter. Short rest, I can fly.
Oh, boom! You launch out there, you grab on, you hold on, and you just dangle a bit with this thing as they're still fighting around you. But you look and you search the body.
Yeah, just rifle through the body.
Rifle through. The man doesn't have any keys on him.
Okay, I'll just hop back down.
Hop back down, and you land, and you see one of these Durgar coming towards you.
Seriously?
Just gunning for you, and it's enlarged at the moment, and it's going to take a strike at you.
I get mine first. That's a natural 20, and I'd like to make a con save, please.
That's a fail.
Yeah, he's stunned and he can't move. Can we just say he's dead?
Yeah, quickly, he's just like, and you tap him right at the nerve, right at the back of the knee, and you
It's like, take his weapon away. It's like, look, I wasn't trying to fight you. You used to be fighting these other guys. And I'll just like aim for just to the, his anatomical left of his sternum, and just one punch to the heart, and just drop him.
Yeah, just one. And as you do that, you still see him just kind of standing there frozen. And as you walk away, eventually you just hear a as it eventually falls down.
Like, and the rest of you, leave me alone.
You see a couple of them that were about to do the charge and like, and fight some other Durgar. But yeah, you return back to Donovan and Elspeth without...
Yeah, he didn't have a key, sorry.
So, check for traps.
Go ahead.
25.
It is untrapped.
Try and pick it.
Mhm.
It's not as good. 15.
15.
Oh,
Despite
sorry,
it...
16. 16.
16? Still the same, unfortunately. Despite it being a very large locking that you can enter in there, you do see that it's a facade. You look inside, and the interior is a very complex mechanism of multiple clicks and latches that a very unique key would be necessary to open. Unfortunately, your skills at the moment were not up to par.
We bust this thing down?
You can give it a shot.
Can we find something to use as like a battering ram and have a smaller handful of faction assist us?
I'd rather, I mean, I didn't think I broke the lock. I'd rather just keep trying the lock, if that's a possibility.
Maybe give it one more shot. I will pat you and give you guidance so you can...
Okay.
This is where the failure just takes time mechanic is good.
Yeah.
21.
21. You go in for a second go, and you get a solid way through the tumblers, just like clicking past. And it seems that the lock has a secondary level, if you will, that just stumps you.
I can't get through this. It's more complex than I was ready for. I need a second set of tools.
Does the door open inward or outward?
Yeah, the hinges are out, man. That's fine.
It would be a going into it door.
Okay. I would like to just go back out into the forge. I mean, they've got to have hammers and pry bars and things for moving heavy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And just find like a really large pry bar.
Okay.
And see if I can get a couple people, maybe a Dwergar, and just like, come here.
Okay. You don't have to convince any Dwergar who are currently having a civil war, but you do have the entourage that are with Donovan and Elspeth to assist you. Yeah, make an athletics check with advantage to try and pry open the door.
Cool. First one is a 16. Second one is a 23.
23. This door was made not to be entered. And as you try and press in with this crowbar, it just bends from the force that you put onto it. But the door is a tough door.
I'm just gonna sit there and firebolt the lock. Just machine gun firebolt constantly at the lock.
Well, since there's a shit ton of things. Oh wait, I see an Elspeth thinking moment.
Yeah. Azar, did you see a new Duragar leader anywhere when you were in the other room?
The lady?
Yes.
I don't know. Did I see her surrounded by all her guys shooting arrows?
You did not see Grendolfa on the floor this time.
Because I feel like there's got to be a key for this door somewhere, and if we didn't find it in Zardarok's chambers, and we didn't find it on his body, that probably means that somebody else had the same idea we had and already took it, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was her. So...
let's find some other doors. Maybe with the combinations that Donovan has.
Any of these Duragar seem like they might be a wizard. I used to have a book that had a very handy spell in it that opened doors, but I don't have it anymore, and I couldn't use it in the first place, so...
Meanwhile, you just hear Donovan just throwing firebolt on this door. Roll me 3d20.
You fire 48 fireballs that do nothing to the door.
23, 28.
Oh, three
of them?
D20s.
Oh, 3 D20s. Sorry. 14, 13, and 3.
Oof, okay. Yeah, this door, solid door. Very solid door.
Yeah, Azar's just going to go off and look for something else. This is dull already. She's bored.
Mm-hmm. As you all begin to search around, Narthi, we go back to you. As you are finding your way through, you see off to the side of your eye just a simple door made of stone, but you can hear some muttering behind it.
In what tongue, or is it just muffled?
Oh, right, that would be... 1 second, where are... What language is this?
Those D20s, those weren't attack rolls, were they? They were just D20s?
Just D20s.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you know Infernal?
I know Primordial, but not Infernal, no.
Well, then you just hear this very soft hiss whispering through this door.
Does anyone here understand what the noise is coming from behind this wall door?
And you surrounded by a bunch of townsfolk and a couple of soldiers all look at you like, no.
Right,
sir.
I didn't need right. Apologies. for thinking land dwellers were educated. Go up to the door and kind of knock on it, see if there's a way to open it on my end.
You just want to open it?
With the way that you said that, probably not. I'm going to use my divine sense and detect if I can detect something good or evil from behind this location.
You put out your sense there, and behind this door is something very evil.
Right. Mental note. Of where this place is. Turn to the townspeople. All right, you two, I want you to guard this door. No one is to enter or open this door before I come back with people who probably can deal with this, i.e. Elspeth.
I was gonna say I speak infernal.
Yeah, I was gonna say, may have picked up along the way that she just seems educated.
I speak a lot of languages.
So, no one is to open this door. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And where are we? Are we in like just a random room, or does it seem like
you're in a
prison?
hallway. You found yourself to the lower floor as well.
Oh, so okay. So if we are in the lower floors, I'm assuming these are probably prisoners. Continue on, post up, and actually, you there, yes, you. Please, I want you to go up and find Elspeth. Do you know who I speak of? Drow.
Yeah.
Pale, lover of the captain of the guard.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Perfect.
Everybody saw my walk of shame.
Yeah, the entire
this morning.
all 9 of them turn and are like, oh, what? Is this the tea? Oh. Imdra's lover is now the time. Yes. Lady Elspeth. Imdra's lover. I believe they have been for quite some time. I do not know. But please, you two wait here. You go find her. We will continue releasing the prisoners from downstairs and destroying the Durgar presence here.
And you extend that way. We're gonna some of this, so that way, it's not just going up against doors that are very difficult.
Hello, got it. Mm-hmm. What do I find?
Eventually, all
God,
begin to free a manner of prisoners, and the battle seems to be starting to quell as the last remaining bits of the Sunblight faction are quelched.
Are blotted out.
That's better. Eventually, Narthi and Elspeth, and does Donovan and Nazar join as well?
Sure.
Have I damaged this door at all?
Have you just been going at this door?
Yeah. I mean, as far as I know, if you fight a door long enough, you can defeat it.
Doors only have an AC of
Chip
8,
away.
right? That's how it works.
But it's a metal door, you know.
Keep going at this door, and eventually you, after a solid 2-3 minutes of sweating and eventually having to take off the cloak and just keep chucking it at, you can see the indentation begin to happen as you damage this lock more and more and more, and then eventually just
As he turns around and everybody's gone.
Yep. Everyone has left you after that. After the cloak came off, they're like, "Oh, he's gonna be here for a while."
It's gonna be here for a while.
Well, now that it's open, shit. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna see what's behind this door.
Yeah. You open this door, and as you walk in, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different chests. behind a massive portcullis gate. And as you look to the right, you can see an indentation in the wall that is particularly unique, and you would assume a hand would fit in there.
It's a trap.
Well, let's see if a mage
Zardarok's
hand
hand.
fits in there.
Let me rephrase. The indentation is shaped like the negative of a hand,
Ah, okay.
but a very unique one.
It's a biometric lock.
Yeah.
Well, I try mage hand out and do it.
As you do, you see your mage hand. Oh wait, no, it's
It's
like your
invisible.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just-
All right. Well, I will. I'll go find the rest of them and come back.
Okay, so you leave eventually. We go back to Elspeth, Zara, and Narthi as you appear before the door as the two guards are just standing there. It's like giving you the nod, Narthi.
Elspeth, I did note something of quite evil energy and a hissing. I don't understand it, but it sounds like something you might.
I'll go take a listen and see if I can figure out what's up.
Mm-hmm.
We'll approach the door and listen.
As this point you approach the door, you do not hear any of the whispering that Narthi spoke of.
In having spoken many under aquatic languages before, could I recreate some of the hissings or noises that I would have remembered?
Make me a performance check.
Okay. It's a 14. Maybe I have a plus something to it. 1 second. Plus 5. 19.
19. You get a pretty fair approximation. It's a little different because the hissing sound, it is much more of a land kind of sound.
Yeah.
Because in water it'd be like, oh.
Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Glub, 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 glub. Yeah, you like that, Thomas?
But you,
Pop, pop, fizz.
Yub, yub. Mm-hmm.
You try and recreate the sounds that you hear from some of the heat vents that you've heard from down below, as that has been a release of steam.
It sounded like this.
But is it at least enough that I can parse out that it sounds like it might have been infernal?
You get the sense that it was a fiendish language.
Okay.
Fiendish. Yes.
In that case, if I think it might be fiendish because I do speak infernal, I will just approach the door and say, in infernal, like, is anybody in there?
And you wait a moment before you hear, hello?
Hello?
Hi.
What's your name?
My name is Klondorn.
And, why are you here?
I live here.
Right. So this is going to very quickly become an untenable place to live. If we open the door... Can you open the door? Are you imprisoned here currently, or are you hiding?
Oh, I imprisoned is a good word.
Right. So, if I open this door, is something very dreadful going to happen? Or should I just leave? Why don't you tell me a little more about why you're in here? And maybe what you were muttering earlier that so disturbed my friend.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, it's all you are near that door. Do they, I forget, for the detect thoughts, are you just doing surface level or?
Surface thoughts.
Okay, and you can just hear those immediately?
Yeah.
Okay. As you do detect thoughts, there is two that you do feel in there. One of them is very dazed and just kind of, you just get little tidbits of thirst, hungry, uncomfortable. And then you feel another one. You feel another thought process in the corner that is hostile and ready.
So I forget. I can't remember if it allows me to know where.
And James, they were speaking in Infernal, correct? Back and forth?
That first voice that you heard was being spoken in Common.
Oh,
the one that responded to my Infernal was in
Yes.
Common? Okay.
so because I was going to say then, so the Narthi's like, that's not the voice that I heard earlier.
Right.
Absolutely not the same
Okay.
cadence. It's not the same voice, correct, James? I would,
No.
yeah. It's definitely not this, and if Azar will confirm,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
There's two people in
Yeah.
there.
Yes. Oh, two.
All right. So we're already starting off on a bad foot here. Switch to Infernal. Why don't you just declare yourself now before we have to come in there and do this an unpleasant way?
This language you are speaking, I do not seem to quite understand it.
I'm not talking to you.
And the other voice, or other thought process, Azar, you hear is just you hear a help, like a desire for help. But then you hear the voice come back in Common. It's like, there's no one else here besides me.
Oh, you said that in Common?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I will say in Common, I can read your mind. I know you're lying. Don't bother.
That's a strange thing to say. I'm all alone. If you could just open the door, I'd greatly appreciate it.
I'll say out loud, how about we just barricade this door and leave them in there to starve?
I think that's a wonderful idea.
I mean, it's really up to you. I'm just the translator. And since no one wants to talk to me,
Okay, if you're gonna lie, we're just gonna block up the door so you can't get out and leave you there to starve, okay?
Oh, where did you guys go? I can't believe. I
Donovan,
I
are
had
you
the door
all
open.
right? Oh,
Okay.
wonderful.
Whew.
He
I had the
is
door open.
dripping in sweat.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, we can go back there next once we're finished, apparently
Nice.
bricking this door over or something.
Oh, we gotta break another door open?
No, we're going to
Like,
break
no,
it
no.
up. Keep
gonna
it closed.
fix it shut so they can't get out. There's a guy in there. He's lying and he's apparently evil and
Well,
won't tell us what's going on. So we're
to-
just gonna
to-
leave him in there to starve to death.
To be fair, perhaps he's not lying. He might not know that the other presence is there.
Correct.
Could be
Actually, no, I'm
possessed or
sorry.
something.
He'll actually die of thirst before he starves. I'm sorry. Very loud. So
Very loudly having this conversation in front of the door.
Do either of them know Daryl?
Do either of you know Daryl? I will say in both Common and Infernal.
The voice comes back. It's like, I do not understand why you keep saying either. There's only me here. I do not know this Daryl, but I would be happy to help you if you just open.
What is your name again?
My name is Clondorn.
Clondorn.
Are you also, Duragar?
Yes.
I
Oh.
don't believe you.
Why don't you believe me?
You hesitated too much.
I do. This is my natural speaking pattern. Sometimes It is very hard to speak in common as well, you know?
I will switch and say, would you prefer that we speak in Dwarvish then?
Great, yeah, no, that's great.
Oh, thank you.
You
That is
are
actually
speaking
much
that.
better. I didn't realize. I was told that someone in here was speaking in Infernal.
I do not know why you keep thinking that someone in here is speaking Infernal.
So one of my friends has the ability to read minds and is getting 2 signals. So you aren't possessed, are you? Have you made a pact with a demon recently, or a devil? Do you have like a really fancy amulet with a black sword on it, perhaps?
No, why would I have a fancy amulet? I just work here. I mean, okay. I will be straight. Zardarak locked me in here. He didn't like me, thought I was attempting a coup, and this is what I get. I don't know why this accent is going, but that's just what happens.
Right. All right. So you were attempting a coup. Were you attempting the coup on behalf of? I keep forgetting her name. Gradolfa, or were you acting as your own agent?
I was just doing my work.
Right. Okay. There is, in fact, a coup happening at the moment, is why I ask.
And as you say that, Narthi just pushes past you and opens the door.
Yeah.
Narthi.
I'm going to. Sorry, Narth is over it and is yes. Not push. Doesn't want to push Elspeth.
Oh no.
If we can sense, because again the divine sense that Narthi has done, that it's right behind the door. Open, grab, pull, close, and then just be like, enough is enough.
You wanted me to talk to him.
No, not you. I'm not upset at you. I'm upset at this stupid thing that's blah 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 blah.
Narthi, you
Talkie.
door. And as you do, does a 18 and a 20 hit?
Me?
Yeah.
The 18 just hits, but in a reaction will cast something momentarily. Hold on.
While you're casting that, welcome for the raid. Thank you, Sky.
Guy McSparkle.
MC Sparkle.
McSparkle, yay! Sky McSparkle, what a cute name. I think I have a shield of faith or something. Hold on.
I don't think that's a reaction.
Oh, it's
That's
not.
not a reaction.
Never mind. Then I probably am just going to take it all.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you do, and you look in very briefly, you just see a large statue of a naked dwarven woman, and chained to it, you see a figure. But before you even get time to clock what it is, you watch and you turn as 2 orange lights of fireballs just shoot, hit you in the face. And I'm
Small balls of fire or
Small balls of
small
fire.
balls of fire.
Of course, this
And
tracks.
we're full
with-
circle all the
Yeah,
way back
this
to the beginning of the
tracks.
episode.
Exactly.
You take 20 fire damage.
20 fire damage? 20
20.
fire damage.
20 fire damage.
Ain't nothing but a thing. Ugh.
Well, I'm glad you were standing in front for that one. No offense.
None taken.
So, sorry, did Narthi go into the room? What exactly happened? So,
What
he
I-
reached
what-
in
The
and
door.
did what?
Literally open the door, grab, pull, try and slam it shut, but it looks like before
So
I
did Narthi
whacked.
grab the thing that attacked
Yes.
or something else?
Grab this annoying thing that is talking.
Okay, is it even there though? Because what he just described did not include something standing right behind the
That's a
door.
good point. I don't
So
know.
Open
let's
the door. There's nothing immediately to grab, which you're like, what? And then you just see 2 fireballs go.
right. Thank you.
Okay.
Got it. Does that throw me off of holding the door? Like, do I go, ah? And now the door is open?
Yeah, the door's open.
I want to look at the statue. Does it look like the other one?
It looks like Dituera, and at the base of it, with the light that you all are bringing in, you can see a chained Illithid mind flayer with none of its face tentacles.
I'm
You
just.
can see it scarring across its head, but yeah.
I look at him and I go, "So you're not a Duragar then?"
and then you drop into the corner. It's like, oh, you have saved me from this terrible creature. As a Duragar walks forward to you. He has this long robe and like a hat, and it looks a little like it looks like it's a little bit ratted and tattered. But he's like, oh, thank you so much.
I'll hex and blast him.
Hmm?
I'll hex and I'll blast the idiot that just blasted Northy. Because no way the Illithid just threw fire. It's chained up and it's been mutilated.
Yeah. As you do, you hex it and you just throw
2 Eldritch Blasts.
Go ahead.
I'll throw a firebolt in there too.
Clarifying, are you hexing and doing this to the statue or the Duragar?
The Duragar that just threw fire.
I'm just checking.
I have no idea what's going on. All right.
It's like a Scooby-Doo where everybo's like
that's exactly what I imagined too. After it's like this, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 all at the same time.
That's 17 and a 22.
Both hit.
Maybe we're the bad guys.
You shouldn't be throwing fire at people. That's 15 for the first one, and 14, so 29 damage.
Damn, okay. And for the firebolt, what'd you get?
17 to hit.
17 hits.
9 points of damage.
Did you roll 2d10 because
14 points of damage.
There we go. Just like as 3 bolts of energy just blast this Duragar backwards. He's like, and as he gets up and wipes his face, almost like as if it were like makeup, but magical almost. You kind of just like see it just like wipe away its face, and there is a green fleshed figure with eyes very similar to what you saw, Narthi, with the yellow and the slit with the red around that you saw in Zardarak. And you can see on the left side where the hat that he was wearing is actually just like a long ear that extends outward, and he just has these bristles that slowly this Duragar form melts away, and standing before you is this bipedal creature with long forearms, long tail, barbs everywhere, and he just kind of
fuck. I, the player, am pretty sure I know what that is, and I'm not happy about it.
You should have just talked to us.
Should we close the door?
We should not be here.
Does Elspeth know what it is?
Can I roll to see? I
Because if Elspeth knows what it is, yeah.
But can I roll to see if Elspeth might have heard of it?
Religion?
History check?
History would be great if you'll let me.
Yeah.
I'm much better at history because, well when I can find my mom.
That doesn't look like it takes fire damage.
Oh.
Oh. Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, good. But I probably do know what it is, or have heard of something like it. What's my mom? Yeah, that's another dirty 20. I'm so good at remembering things today.
You know, now the book in the Abbey. This Abbey is very well stocked with books.
It's literally all I had to do was read.
It's books full of nightmares is what is in there.
We're an order of death clerics. We collect creepy shit.
And it's you were looking at a folio for devils, and a common one, not very high ranking particularly, but it is it's a barbed devil.
It is a barbed devil.
It's better than the other thing it could have been, to be fair.
What were you thinking it was going to be?
Oh, I thought it was going to be a Grace Lod.
oh no, you're good. You're good.
I was like, we're gonna die.
But yeah, this devil hisses at you, and you can see 1 fireball, 2 fireball, and just flings them towards y'all. We'll just draw 1, draw one at Elspeth, one at Azar. Elspeth, that's a 22 to hit for you, Azar.
Sorry, what was it for me?
Natural 1.
Okay. I just didn't hear if you said it missed or what. Great. I duck.
As that gets flung forward, and then 13 fire damage to you.
But reaction for my interception, so you only take 3 damage, because that's 10 to block.
Nice. As you reach your shield over, just like having seen this devil's tricks before, and you're just like, and you can just see it like slowly starting to scurry up onto the statue and just like hold its position like a bipedal lizard, just kind of like looking at you like, all right, so I guess this is how it's gonna be.
Started it?
Yes. Is it speaking common again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, at this point, you would hear it in your brains.
Interesting. Do we have time for this? Kind of turn to...
Well, we can't just leave it, I don't think, and I'm going to need a wisdom saving throw as I told the dead.
Okay. Let's see here. Where's the D20? Oh, it's got a... That is a... It also has advantage on saving throws because of magical resistance. So that is a 23.
Okay. It will resist it.
Anything else anyone wants?
I'll keep on blasting away at it.
Yeah, blast away.
Yeah, that'll miss. That'll be a 22 for the second one.
Oh, hell yeah. That's a 9 points of damage total. 9 points of damage. Okay.
I'll just like duck back around the door.
Donovan and Narthi, anything you'd like to do?
I'll try. I guess.
Is there anyone next to it?
No, it is currently just perched up on the statue with the chained up illithid at the base of the statue.
Dang. Well, I'm gonna go in and booming blade it then.
You rush in, you leap on top of this large statue to just like get a good swipe through, or it's a rapier. Poke. Go ahead.
10.
10. You get on, and one of the skulls that are at the base of this statue, you just like try like push off, and you're like, and your foot slips, and you just don't get enough purchase it. You just like, nyeh! And the booming blade just goes. Okay.
And then I'm gonna just yeah, that's it.
Nothing, anything you'd like?
I'll do 2 attacks at it. One was a 14 and one was a 21.
14. It is a little difficult on that first leap up, just trying to like get over there. But the second one, you're able to very quickly just like 2 strikes. And so the second one hits.
Smack. All right. Enough. It's only a 7 damage though.
7 damage?
7, yeah.
Okay. As you poke in, this bar does like, and he leaps down at you, and he's going to take 3 melee attacks at you, Narthi.
Come at me, bro.
Let's see. Yeah. Oof. But does a 22 hit?
Yes.
Okay. So as it leaps down, the purchase that it had just prevents it from getting its 2 swipes of its claws. But as it lands down like a cat, it whips its tail around and catches you on the back end for 9 damage.
Right.
Okay, well, anything you 4 would like to do?
I was to say, I would like to, if you'll let me go first, Azar, I want to drop a guiding bolt to try to give somebody advantage on the next. And as I do this, I also want to look at the illithid and try to open my mind to it to kind of, like, I don't actually have any psychic or psionic powers anymore because I don't have the crystal, but I want to kind of look and see if I can get some sort of, like, eye contact and sort of give it the invitation to talk to me if it wants to.
Okay.
See if I can find out if he's gonna maybe be able to help us, or at least find out if he's hostile or not. Guiding Bolt is a 25 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
Yeah, so that's gonna be 10 radiant damage, plus next attack gets advantage as he glows with the radiance, with the black light radiance of my death god.
Dark.
Would you like that, Donovan? Would you like to
want that
take
advantage, Donovan?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I could.
Yeah.
We're playing loose here.
All right.
There ain't no rules in this here fight.
So that's a natural 20
Yeah.
on a sneak attack.
All the d6s.
Just
Kill
roll
him.
every die you have.
Slay
So
her.
I'll just double. Well, I'll roll it again.
You roll.
Or-
We did this last week.
Roll. I'll double
No,
it.
I mean it's actually a good roll. 11, 16, 18, double.
36.
36.
36 plus 4.
40 points. Wow.
Claim your kill.
Yeah, I just like step on the illithid and just jam the rapier just into the side of this thing as it was focused all of its attention on Narthi.
Mm-hmm. And as you do this, you're like aiming for it. You step on the illithid, and you feel just like a nudge in your brain of just like, please get off.
Oh, buddy.
But right before you stab, you see Elspeth's black light energy just like strike him in the side, and he turns to hiss over that way. And you can see with the guiding bolt, almost as if it just like a magnet, just you're about to puncture in, and you just feel it take your arm just about a centimeter down.
Mm.
And it's like you straight through the ribs. And you can see it poke out the other end, and it's like
Go
And-
home.
erupts into a cloud of smoke, and it just reeks of sulfur and brimstone.
And then I'll get off and say, sorry, illithid. And
So, Donovan, you got the door open?
I'm gonna step out. I don't think we should let that thing live. And then I just kind of whisper that and then step out.
You just killed it.
Oh, if I look at this illithid, do I get any sort of response or communication?
And you open up your mind, and you ask if it
I mean, now
can
that
do
the
anything
thing's
prior.
dead, I can kind of speak out loud to it too, and just be like,
Mhm.
"Are you? What do we do with you?"
And you hear in your brain, just like, kill me. And you can see as it turns its head, just like a large scar mark all the way across its head.
Cool. I will walk up to him and I will. We're gonna kind of flavor this, but I'm essentially gonna do like an inflict wounds, and just put him out of his misery.
Oh, the dead. He's already damaged.
Actually, I'm gonna do I will make this as a kind of an attack, but in a gentle sort of way. But I will do vampiric touch, because then I get some HP back from him.
Ooh, sucking the life out of him. Well, it'd take 20 years with them to do that. You know what I mean?
Wow! Wow, guys! It's a 25 to hit.
Yeah.
So it's definitely.
And it doesn't even move.
Right. It doesn't seem like he's gonna resist me or anything. So.
Oh, buddy.
Very apologetic, and I will whisper a little prayer to Kellamvor and like, I know this isn't really your mode, but if you could make it easier, just. And I rolled 17 for damage.
Well, it only had 9 hit points left.
Great. So he's gone, and I will get half of that.
Wow.
That I dealt back in HP.
Nice.
And you just hear a very momentary thank you in your brain before its head just kind of walls off to the side.
Right, so Donovan, you got the door open.
Yes, there's a portcullis in the way, so that's next. But
What?
yeah.
I can't decide if I love or hate the security in this place.
But there are 9 chests in there. So there are potential 9 mimics for us to fight next time.
But as you go over and you take them back, I think Elspeth and Azar would very quickly ascertain that the handprint is Zardarak's, but the gauntlet.
All right, go fetch.
Go fetch, you get it, and you realize it's not a gauntlet, it's literally his arm that you just like pop off.
This guy is the actual worst. We all agree. Yeah.
And you open it, and because you have the codes, you have the codes, so you easily open it. In the first chest,
Da, 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 da.
you find a dozen stoppered gourds, each holding some liquid, and as you sniff it, it's almost got a cinnamon smell, but just innately as you hold the gourds, they're quite hot. But it doesn't seem like the gourds themselves or even the chest are producing heat. And you're intelligent enough to realize it's probably the liquid inside.
Okay.
Second one.
Shots, 12 shots. Got it.
Shot.
Second one holds a golden mask. And as you look at it, Elspeth, you kind of, as you're perusing this gold mask, the facial features are very similar to your own. And it's, the mask is drow in visage.
Oh.
And also, apparently, it's laying on a bed of a lot of money.
Someone else can count it. Zar doesn't have that patience.
Yeah, we're gonna end up
just have someone.
I'll detail it out.
Yeah. We've got friends who can help us drag all this stuff back to Prince Shander, and
we're gonna have to, help build 10 towns with some of this.
Yes.
For sure.
Well, like we're gonna build like 4 towns.
Yeah.
Next you find a chalice, and the base of it kind of looks like 4 spider legs wrapped around the cup, and the chalice itself is like the thorax of the spider, with the shaft being the rest of the spider, like the head and all, with obsidian inlaid at the eyes.
Is he Lolth worshippers?
Next you find a spider silk robe, and as you unfold it, within there seems to be a wand that has more spider iconography.
Well, I certainly defeated a lot of drow.
Yes, does seem that way.
Elspeth, you'd probably be the one to roll a history check for this.
Probably.
The wand?
For a different thing.
God damn, that's a 23 on the history of whatever you're about to tell me.
You know that drow tend to use this spider silk for multiple purposes, clothing included. And you basically have this, the cloak itself, this robe, is it's called a piwafu.
Okay.
And it is just like a short mantle with a little hood. With that, in the next chest, you find a amber headdress with large purple pearls. Donovan, as you look at this is like, no, this is the most expensive thing you have ever held in your life.
Mark, hold on to this. No.
Don't just put it all in my bag.
What?
We'll identify all of it
shit.
later.
Yeah. This will be
Get it in my
ritual. Identify ritual later.
Yes. Oh, good. Getting back into our normal bedtime routine.
Lay the bear trap. And
and identify all the objects.
all the objects.
Next, you open it, Donovan, and I think all of you would immediately recoil
Oh, good.
at the carving of this statue. It's a creature that is known across the plains, even in small towns, just the legends that go around it. It is a small statue of the Demigorgon.
Great. We'll be leaving that one. Close the lid.
Close the lid.
It's like one of our, but different.
And then the next chest, as you open it, you see, as you open it, you're very quick to kind of close it because little bits of yellow spore started to just emanate, not as a trap, but just like within it. And as you carefully open it, you see inside a small skeleton, almost gnomish in size, but it is completely encrusted with this yellow mold that has enwrapped itself. But inside you can see the eyes are of gemstone.
I'm not touching that.
Oh, what is this?
And then the last chest, it is, as you open it, it's a rapier. Black hilt with silver
Filigree?
design around the hilt, and it comes out into a flourish on the hilt. It's a bell hilt that just kind of comes around.
Right, everything except the horrifying statue and the moldy skeleton into the bag.
Is it a bag of holding?
No, it's just very bulky.
It's just like it's like one of those IKEA tote bags.
Yeah.
No, we have never found anything particularly like in the normal useful category while we're up here. The economy is terrible because it's always winter.
I'll take my ice troll hand out and stick it in one of the chests and like take some of the things and put it in my stuff to distribute.
I think we can also just, if these chests are not like bolted down or anything, I think we just suggest that a couple of our strong guys just carry the chest with the money in it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I definitely want to pocket as much
Oh yeah,
platinum as I can, just in my own pouch, which is dangerously low.
Is there any other business here, or can we go?
No,
But we still need to free Daryl's family.
Yeah.
Right.
Was that
From the
done?
dungeon
I
By
feel
that
like
door
that's.
that we were just
I
at.
feel like that was done.
Yeah.
Easily enough. You do find Daryl's family. You do see a few of them with nubs for arms that seem to be regrowing. But they are grateful as you direct them towards Daryl, who embraces them with
On the way out, do you mind looking at something for us? And then reference the yellow spore something or other on the way up and ask them if they know what it is or what that would be.
Yeah, they quite quickly, it's like, oh, and you hear it in their brain, or in your brain, it's like, that is yellow mold. It is,
Oh. Go fig.
it's quite poisonous, so be careful. Yeah, but they do not go out the door with you. They actually, if you do watch them, you do find that there is an entrance to the Underdark here that they do go into.
All right. Oh, yeah.
Go.
And then I think that we should, head back to town.
Yes.
House of the Morning
Keep
Lord.
Zardarock's arm.
Keys Zardarock's arm?
Yeah.
It is
Just
made of
stick it-
chardalyn.
Just stick it in the chest of stuff that we've got.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
Make some
Good.
arrowheads for that.
Now we can have a chest of cursed items.
I definitely like the idea of doing fire arrowheads, some more of those.
That's a good idea.
All right.
We're gonna haul everything back to Bryn Shander.
Yeah. After you watch as the endings of a civil war coup and your enraged villager friends getting a bit of retribution, some revenge for their destroyed towns, you all return with a hefty haul back to Bryn Shander. And Donovan, I'd like you just to quickly roll a D100 for me, please.
Sounds good. I'm going to ask if anybody brought through a platinum hookah. 42.
42. Okay, thank you. But yeah, you ask about the hookah. No one's really heard of it.
Oh,
Well, they're gonna have to walk all the way back to town, so you might
I
catch them.
mean, I'm sure the story of the platinum hookah is going to spread very quickly with every town around decimated. So we'll be able to find out who had it at some point. Right.
I'll just tell Indra, that was donated to 10 towns, so if you want it.
I will keep an eye on it for you.
Let everyone in 10 towns know that it belongs to all of them.
You're going to try and create a riot in my street.
that's it. A
He's
10-town
very
civil
good at
war.
it.
Well, I will keep an eye out.
Or just let the guy go. I mean,
Well, it's going to be hard to sell it, that kind of thing here when,
Everybody's broke.
everything is destroyed. So, should not be too hard to find unless they make their way south and start a new life for themselves, whoever they are.
all right.
As you all head back, unless there's something else, you all head
No.
back to Bryn Shander once more before embarking on what may be the last adventure for this group. That is where we're going to end today.
We did not use the emergency seal, so I'm just going to suggest that we let this one carry over.
Absolutely.
Just gonna drop the Frostmaiden in a box. It's okay.
Yep. I thought about asking, how small can a Durgar get?
Well, unfortunately, they're not an item.
We have this conversation every time this card comes up because somebody always wants to put like a party member in it. We have to be like.
Actually, yeah, that should say object because object is the word that
technical word, yeah,
is used.
Okay. Well then, friends, that is the last Rime of the Frostmaiden for December. We'll be back in January for 2 more episodes to wrap this shiznips up. Just for you all to start thinking about it, I'm going to make you level 9, so that way you don't die
while we punch a god.
While you go punch a god.
Yeah.
So you're gonna gain 2 more levels. Decide what you want to do with that.
Right, level of bard. Here we come.
Yep. If anyone has an idea right now if they're going to continue doing whatever they're doing, they can roll their health now or just think about it in the interim. Yeah, level 9. That's going to be fun. Yeah, you guys got a hefty haul. I'll send you the whole list of that shiznips later. And yeah, cool. Thank you all so much for joining us. For today. We will be back on January 1st. 7th. January 7th.
8th?
Oh, 8th. Thank you. 8th. Yes, 8th. We will be back on January. Oh, wait, no. No, I'm gone. Is that the 1st?
My calendar said the 1st and the 15th for January.
Okay, yes, thank you.
The calendar at the studio says we're playing next week, so I don't know what's true anymore.
We'll discuss.
We'll let you know. Get in our Discord
for the 1st, but we will talk about that as a group. Yeah. But we have 2 more episodes of Rime of the Frostmaiden before.
At some point.
At some point, we'll make that happen for you all. Excellent. So, thank you all so much for joining us. We'll be back here at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for Down Darker Trails. We'll be back in studio on Monday for Swords and Sages. And yeah, again, keep an eye out on the Discord. We'll let you know when we basically go take a break. Check us out on YouTube. We're about to post some board game playthroughs that me, Thomas, and Tiana did very recently, aka yesterday. And yeah, keep an eye out for all that content, as well as on Patreon. We will be very grateful if you joined us there. Yeah, thank you all for those who donate cards, Leslie and NGC457, as well as our raid from
Sky McSparkle.
Something McSparkle, Sky McSparkle.
Excellent. Anyway, thank you so much, and we will see you all in January. Have a happy new year and happy holidays. Until next time, friends, stay safe, stay healthy, and
say hi to hopefully a Titan Media Collective member that we raid right now.
Yes.
So thank you guys.